So overdue. We're late, Timmy. We're late. Let's do this. Let's do the show like the good old days. Let's talk about some wristwatches. We got some crazy new watch releases. While I was busy with the roommate and enjoying a little bit of Santorini, a little bit of Mykonos, but now we're in Athens and I have a perfect internet, so why not talk some wristwatches? Let's talk some wristwatches. What do you say? Who wants to talk about some wristwatches? And the hobby is hard, guys. It's tough out there. People are selling their watches. They're getting out of hobby. This hobby might be done for all intents and purposes. We might be done because one of the biggest, I guess, wristwatch YouTubers announced he's selling portions of his collection. But I don't know. You tell me what you think about this in just a minute. So grab a brew, grab a beer, or maybe a glass of champagne. Hey, Timmy's back, baby! I'm in Athens, and guess what? We checked into this new hotel. Get this, okay? The room is small, but they gave us champagne at the entrance. What? The service, finally something free that you don't have to pay a fortune, absolute fortune for. Because we got killed in Mykonos. That was a ripoff, okay? Total ripoff. We were paying, get this, $6 for a small glass of orange juice. We arrive in Athens. What's the first thing I see? A juice bar. And they're selling juice for $1.50. Get the F out of here. We're idiots. Cheers to the watch community. The people. It's the people that make the show. The watches are great. By the way, what's on the wrist? Guys, I still got my collection. I haven't been jacked. Oh, hey, roommate. Hey there. Careful, put some pants on. Okay, just be careful, because let's just censor that area. There we go. Let me go grab my collection, though. Let's see here. Where did the watches go? Oh yeah, I got the watches here. They haven't been stolen. Boom. You know, everybody has been freaking out. They said, Timmy, you're an idiot. You're a jackass. And you know, I've been thinking about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this thing open and I'm going to put an AirPod in there just in case. Hey, what's up? Thank you. Anyways, guys, let's start the show. Let's talk about some wristwatches, baby. Let's say hi to our amazing loyal audience. A lot of great viewers that keep this live stream going. It's you guys. Dave F451 has already upvoted. Thank you. We got Tuomo upvoted as well. Fantastic. Thank you. Let's get to 50 upvotes by the end of the night. I would really appreciate it. It could help me out a ton, guys. 50 upvotes. I know we're starting. I don't know what time it is in the United States, but it's. I know one thing for sure. I haven't been on a regular schedule, and it's been hard. It's been really tough without being on a regular schedule. JMB in the chat says, please consider becoming a member and support the true independent show. The only independent show. Everybody else is just trying to play some kind of weird games. You know, it's just everybody's got some kind of agendas. They really got something going on there. One thing or the other. Kojak says, I'm definitely probably not, maybe buying this watch. Delete appropriate. Hey, let's pull this up. Give me a second here. Uh, the newest watch that came out is right up Kojak's alley, and I thought, oh my God, this new Monaco, this could be the perfect piece for the Kojak. Oh, speaking of independent contractors,
Yeah.
Daniel Katz, welcome to the show.
Since when am I independent contractor? Since when? Good God, you're setting me up all the time.
What?
Are you gaslighting me, Tim? Hold on.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Let me.
No, no, no. I try not to guess like that. It just was just a joke.
No, that's a
No,
joke.
no. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Look at. Are you
Um.
the Reaper today?
Whoa, Daniel hats. That it still got the tags on. You got the new hat?
What?
It is.
No,
Oh, oh. I thought it still had
no,
the tags
no, no,
on.
no. That's just
Oh.
strip is hanging out a little bit long.
Oh, wow. That's fancy.
Yeah, yeah.
I see how that is. Yeah, that looks good. Ooh, it's a perfect match. You got
Yeah.
your favorite shirt on,
Well,
audience's favorite hat on. It's
well,
all going on.
you know who
You're just
hates?
missing the hub ring.
Yeah, Red. Red doesn't like this shirt. It
What?
reminds him of. He thinks they're COVID viruses here. He imagined them as COVID viruses. That's what Red does.
Inadvertently, COVID is what made the watch hobby a thing.
Everything's purple. Everything's coming up purple today, Tim. They're not coming up aces all the time. It's coming up purple. You know.
In fact, this is actually Daniel is the year of the purple.
Oh,
If
is
you
it
if you
really?
didn't know, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's all about the purple
oh,
this time around. 2023 was year of the green. All the watches were coming out in green, and
oh.
now everybody's trying to release a purple watch.
What was that fancy AP that came out? It was in tribute to some famous cartoon Marvel comic hero, I think, and it was purple. I thought it was an
AP. Oh,
uh,
oh, oh, oh! You talking
uh,
about
or was it
the Black Panther?
what?
The Black Panther.
Yeah, I think that's the one. That was
Yeah,
the
let me pull it up here. That would be a perfect piece
for me to
to
wear.
match this look that you got here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's pull it up.
wear it.
How can I make it? Look at that. It looks. Hold on a second. It looks exactly like you. Is that
That
you on the dial
yeah.
in a different hat?
Oh, in an alternative universe, Tim. Alternative universe.
Whoa, we got a super chat from Andrew McQueen, £5. Didn't know they had released a new Monaco. How many are they making? Oh, hey, by the way, Daniel, we'll get
Yeah,
back to the AP here
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right after
Oh,
we
yeah,
take a
yeah,
look at this new Monaco.
yeah.
Now, this is limited to 1,000 pieces. It's the Heuer. It's the collector's dream.
Oh, it reminds me of me. I'm limited to a few more months, on this planet.
If they made this one purple,
Yeah, yeah.
you would have to get it.
Oh, come on. Just because I'm wearing purple? Come on, come on. I'm not giving up the hub ring yet. And my sister's
Ooh,
for the missing explorer. You know.
did she find it?
Well, they're slowly going through stuff and just haven't found it. It's just a silly dilemma. I'll just deal with it.
How did you ask her? Like, when was the last time you asked her about it?
No, no, I constantly talk to her about it, and
Oh, you
she's.
constantly ask her
It's
about it?
more like she's looking for hours. I said, Louise, I don't want you to die on me. Just like a half an hour, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, every few days. You don't spend 3 hours, and then
I
you'll.
know you don't want her to die before she finds the Explorer.
Oh, that was very, altruistic statement of you. That's very,
That's really messed up.
very altruistic.
No, no,
Yeah.
but in all seriousness, I mean, how do you? It's a very sensitive subject. What you have to understand, Daniel, is that non-watch people, they don't care about these things. They don't. They literally, they have no value of this. You give them a watch, it could cost 100,000. They're
Yeah.
not gonna be. She's not sweating about it, but that's just you can't. That's just how it is.
No, no, she actually is. She knows it's not because of the watch. It's because something of value to me, and she is
Oh,
very bad. No, no, my sister is a whole different person. So
uh-huh.
it was just a comedy of errors of family. My mom, when she was alive, couldn't find things because she put them in such a safe spot. She thought was safe, but forgot, that she would forget those safe spots where she put things. Then my sisters inherited that thing of her mother, my mother. It's just whatever.
Where was the last time she was looking for it? Like yesterday or today?
Uh, Even today, yeah,
Today?
yeah, yeah, even today.
There's only how big is her house? Is she staying at
It's
a big house
not
or is it like
not big, but it's not small. It's just cluttered with stuff from my dad's house, right? Because we haven't gotten rid of the paintings and some of the old furniture. It's all stacked up in different places. So it's now
uh-huh.
the parts of the house is clean, and parts of the house is like a hoarder's. Like the basement's like a hoarder lives
Oh
there.
no.
You know what I mean? Because they have to get rid of these stuff. When she was dealing with these
Right.
things, you got to get rid of. Who's going to take the furniture? No one wants furniture, even if it's good
Not
furniture.
anymore.
No, it has no value at all. Even if
But the sad reality is, Daniel, is that furniture is actually more valuable than any furniture that's made nowadays. This IKEA crap, it
oh,
doesn't last. It
that,
lasts 2 days and then it
that's
breaks
right.
apart. It's
Uh,
garbage. Actually, that
yeah,
furniture is extremely valuable.
yeah, and I got the leftovers of this one. I kept. Can you
Oh,
see
you
that?
got you kept the grail piece. No, a little bit higher.
Yeah,
No, no,
with
no.
the
We saw the yoga mat, but not the love seat. Oh, that's a beautiful love seat.
right.
You took the
Yeah.
best piece of furniture. Don't tell her that.
Now, if I come across some really good money, I'd have that opened up and put new foam in it to give it more substance. But I
Oh
don't
yeah,
have
sure.
money. It's just if money comes my way, I'll do that. That's his last concern. It's still you can
Let's
still.
hope. Let's hope no more kids show up at your door.
Oh, look at
And
this!
we
Cats
got Kelly
back.
Cat's father on sold the watch to a man called the Wizard.
Hey, Kelly, or whatever you.
Not the Wizard.
How are you?
Hey Kelly,
Yeah,
Kelly Cat.
yeah.
She's hoping to inherit
Wait, Kelly,
the.
wait a minute. Is Kelly my long lost daughter? From a relationship that had contraindications in the past. Is that my long lost daughter? I wonder. Kelly.
She's got the same eye condition as
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's a possibility, Daniel.
Possibility.
You might have to take her under your wing.
Oh,
Maybe pay for her college.
no! Don't do that. Don't. I had this nightmare. That nightmare that from um, that I had contraindications. I'm overusing the word from past relationships, and,
Mhm.
and this nightmare continues where the doorbell rings. I open the door, and I think I told you this before. And there's two young girls on the other side of the door with big smiles on their face. Daddy! But it was just a dream.
Are you sure it was a dream, or did they come to your door?
What? No, no, it was
Oh, oh
a
man,
nightmare. It could have been pleasant in a way, but I'll end up
it's a nightmare. It's a
night.
nightmare.
And
That's a
yeah,
subconscious
maybe
telling you something. You
figure
know what?
skating.
That's guilty
Yeah,
conscience,
yeah,
Daniel, because you've been having all that unprotected sex during the 90s and the 80s. Right? You probably got this. You definitely have kids, and so your guilty conscience
that's right.
is metamorphing itself in your dream.
Yeah, maybe. Did you secret? I know you went masters of education, but did you are a bit of a psychotherapy training from there? Maybe.
Hey, I studied psychology. That was my major in college.
What kind of did you like Jung that didn't like Freud, or Freud and Jung got into fights with each other? Uh, do you remember some of that psychology way back when? Carl Jung was
I
a
remember
student.
studying. I remember studying Freud. I remember the famous quote. Sometimes cigar is just a cigar. It's Freud trying
All these guys
to say
learning
like
their
not
study.
everything is
Yeah, yeah,
not everything is a symbol of something, but
Yeah.
because he was trying to explain everything,
Here's an example.
uh,
Thing is not always a something. Here's an example.
mm,
I was listening to the other chat, the other chat from the other side, and
mhm,
someone
mhm,
was
mhm,
mentioning. I think he's a friend with us also, and he was mentioning that he had a tart at a fancy hotel, and it was like,
mhm.
it's crazy price, $70 or something, like really expensive, and he thought that's crazy, for a tart to have for $70, and then another one person piped in, well, I wouldn't spend that kind of money for a tart. And then I piped in. I said,
Mhm.
like, I met a tart on the elevator, and it wasn't strawberry. Oh, skip that.
I don't
Anyway,
get it.
no, it's okay. It's that. It's all right. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay, okay.
It's the definition of tarts. Anyways, carry on. Move on.
Okay, hey,
Okay.
we gotta answer this question real quick. The new
Yeah, yeah.
Monaco has a left-hand winder like the original. Let me just pull this back up here for a second. Yes, yes, yes. The new Monaco, um, unfortunately for Kojak, this is the greatest. Like it's not perfect, right? But by any means of imagination or by any stretch of an imagination. But it's got a lot of really important um, like things that collectors like Andrew McQueen is pointing out, it's a left-hand drive, so it's using the correct movement, the caliber 11, right? Which is what collectors value so much, because the original Monaco had the crown on the left to basically kind of tell people, hey, you don't have to wind this watch because it's an automatic chronograph. Up until that point, the chronographs were manual wind, and this was the first of its kind. So, um, and then Monaco, with Tag Heuer made a lot of these Monacos, but there's only like I think three with the crown on the left side. They released a lot of these collectible Monacos that are
Mm.
Tag Heuer branded, and they have crown on the right side.
Okay, so um, there's only a few of these, you say?
Mhm.
There's only a few of these,
Well,
or
so there's going to be only 1,000 of this particular one,
okay.
but let me just show you something here.
Left-hand
Uh,
drive, and this is showing my ignorance. Left-hand drive means you wear it in your right hand, I guess.
no, no, no. As you can see, the crown is on the left hand.
That's right.
Yeah. For example, look at this Monaco, right? This is the Dark Lord. This was extremely sought after.
Yeah,
People would cut their own arm and a leg off for one of these when it originally came out. But as you can see, the crown is on the right hand, and it
that's
says Tag Heuer,
yeah,
and it has a little seconds hand at the 6 o'clock that blocks the date. You see how that one? It's very. I mean, it's great looking, but it's not correct to how the original should be. See, this one is laid out correctly. This is how collectors want. They don't want the tag to be on the name. See, this was just branded as Heuer.
yeah, yeah,
Is it? It just says Monaco, Heuer. This is
yeah,
how the original used to be. And it's got the two registers. It doesn't have the running seconds, right?
yeah,
At the
yeah,
6 o'clock. So and you see the hour markers. Let me see if I can zoom it in here. If you look at the hour markers, right?
yeah,
Look how they're laid out. They're laid out horizontally.
yeah,
See
yeah,
the hour marker at 1 o'clock and at 11 o'clock. They're kind of they're horizontal. Whereas if you look here on the Dark Lord, it's the hour markers are laid out as if this was a circular watch. They're kind of they go towards the edge of the dial. You see what I mean? No?
Um,
You
uh,
see the hour marker at 1 o'clock? How it's laid out over here? You see my arrow?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So look at the other one. You see here? You see how the hour marker goes like this, horizontally.
Okay.
Makes sense? No? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah, yeah. But is is there like are people happy with the Dark Lord the way it was, anyways, regardless, or what?
Yes, a lot of people were happy. Kojak actually got completely screwed over
Hmm.
by the Dark Lord because when he really wanted to get it, they were impossible to get, and they were going actually above retail. They were
Yeah,
going like way above retail,
right.
and it was really tough for him to get it. And so what happened was, um, Tag, it wasn't limited edition. So when they saw that people really wanted this model, this black one, they just flooded the market. They made, I don't know how many they made, but they made so many that they're actually now going below retail because it's not a limited edition. And they released the
Oh,
second version, I think, as well.
how far below? Or what's your conjecture? How far below retail?
Well,
What were they
I mean,
going
you'd
for?
be lucky to get 5,000 back for if you try to sell it, right? I think
Five
you'd be,
thousand US. Five,
yeah, you'd be lucky to get five. I
and
think it would
what was
be
it? What was it?
the
50?
retail,
Yeah.
8,200.
Oh, all right. So it's not the end of the world. It is a few thousand.
It's not, no, but you have to be very lucky. I mean, you need to find somebody who wants one. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's check Chrono 24. Let's see. Dark Lord.
I'm not a fan of the
Okay.
look. Who was the Dark Lord in it? Was it something in Dune or in some movie? Who was
Um,
the Dark Lord? I'm just curious. I forgot.
the Dark Lord would be like I think
In Man.
it's supposed to be Vader.
Oh, Vader.
Darth Vader.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay.
Because it's got a little bit of that Darth Vader look.
Star Wars.
Uh,
Darth Vader.
yeah, like Star Wars. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's just a nickname though. Um it's not a like a official collab. Kelly Cat says, "Father, my iPhone hasn't arrived."
there we go again.
The kids, they want the latest
Well,
iPhones.
don't
It's
forget,
such a big expense.
Kelly is playing off the fact that I lost my phone in Italy.
Oh, hey, shout out to Dr. Bob Sniper. He says, "Was that a joke?"
Is he talking
Not
about
sure.
her or my lousy thing? It was a bad, bad, bad joke. Forget about it. If
It
you thought
was it
it
was it was
the
it was
tar,
in the bad
tar
taste, right?
bad,
It was a
yeah, it was
joke in a bad taste.
bad taste.
But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's not.
They may not have me on the show again after that one.
No, no, no. We'll always have you on the show, Daniel. We'll love
Yeah,
you. Listen, other people are scared to try a joke. It's a lot of pressure.
yeah.
Mean D my C36 is so sometimes a watch
63.
is a watch. Ouch.
Oh, thank you. It's
Yeah.
on with the cigar, right?
Yes. Sometimes exactly. A lot of people they try to read into wristwatches so much. They try to explain everything through a watch, like stuff that's not there,
Okay,
right? They
is this a good example? If we brought Ian Fleming to a time machine to today, okay, and
hmm
we tell him everyone thinks so highly of the Explorer One, Ian, because you wore it, and he would go like this. Well, what's the big deal? It's just a
mm,
watch. I am to wear it.
yes,
To me or something. That's what
yes,
Ian Fleming might say. You know.
yeah. Because look, Ian Fleming, he was an absolute freaking legend, right? He
Well,
just
first of
had
all,
his one Explorer, and he was happy with that.
right, but Ian Fleming, was working for a Canadian, the great detective Canadian called Bill Stevenson, who worked out, he was in a book about him called The Man Called Intrepid, who worked out ways to spy on the Nazis in the early 30s and decode the stuff
Really?
they were planning. So even though it was a long, hard war, he may have prevented things from getting even worse. A few positions down from Bill Stevenson, who Winston Churchill listened to, and Roosevelt had secret contact with about what to do as far as the spy system to decode what the Nazis were up to in the early 30s before the war started. One of the guys, a number of ranks down from Bill Stevenson, was Ian Fleming, and Ian Fleming was also involved with the invasion in
Oh,
into Europe. So Ian Fleming had a very important position, and he was famous even before he started his books. Not to everybody, but he was a hero before he even started writing the books James Bond, which were influenced by his own experiences of decoding stuff and spying and all that uh,
right.
in the 30s.
Oh, yeah. Now that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah,
Because how does a writer know so much of this stuff, right? You
right.
have to have life experiences in order to be able to translate them into a novel and make a character feel realistic. So,
Not always,
if
but it helps. It
yeah,
helps. Not always, but it helps.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and it's not necessary. Like, obviously, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
You could probably, do a lot of research. You could interview people, right?
Mm.
You could read some news articles, but there is that. Where's the motivation comes from, right? Like, Clive. What's his name?
Uh,
Clive
okay.
Castler.
Okay. Go ahead. Clive
He's
Kastler.
an
I know.
he writes books about kind of naval kind of stuff, and
Okay.
he was a diver, I believe. Let me see,
Oh, okay.
Clive Kessler. Let me
So
see
we're
here.
waiting for
Clive Cussler
yeah. Okay.
was an American adventure novelist and underwater explorer, right? His
Yeah.
thriller novels may featuring characters uh, Dirk Pitt. Hey, shout out to Dirk. Have been listed on New York Times fiction bestsellers, right? So he was an underwater explorer, and then he created this kind of character who, you know, who, these fiction novels, they make this underwater exploration seem a lot more exciting and more dramatic than it actually is.
Right.
But that's the fun in it, right, of it, right? Have
Mm.
you ever considered writing a novel, Daniel?
I have, but I gotta work on the arc a little bit for a story, and I gotta just start doing it. But I got some poetry. I'm with Writers Circle. I'm working some poetry. I
Hmm.
already got maybe if I do enough poems, I'll get a book out. But
Yeah,
a
you could do a
short
little mini
story,
collection.
a short story would help. Or a few short stories, and then doing a novel is like if I do it before I croak. I want it to be, I, you know, I want it to be good. Like Haruki
Mm,
Murakami, I love, but to get to that,
mm.
wow, the way that guy writes. But yeah, I just got to figure out what the theme would be, and maybe there would be something there, and it's got to have a number of twists. I
Yeah,
hear
I
that.
was told that I should write a novel about my adventures with the cartel, with the wristwatch cartel,
Well,
kind
that's
of based
more
on the real story.
that's more of a real story, a memoir, so you can get sued by everyone left, right, and center. Uh, by the way, that was a wonderful, a little way off topic. Wonderful picture of roommate that you showed today, or,
Oh
or
yeah.
yesterday, today or yesterday. She's buying some flowers in the background behind her, and she's dressed in black. I think.
Yes, that was the actually I think I have it on the Instagram.
Yeah,
It was I took it with a real camera.
Oh, a real
Uh,
camera. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We took out the big camera, the Canon,
Mm.
and we went out and I took some kind of proper pictures. You're
Yeah.
talking about this one right
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of a sense of savvy confidence or something. I don't know what that is. A much,
Yeah,
and
it's pretty sweet.
I like her trying to communicate to the donkey. That was so sweet. The donkey looked so shy to the beautiful roommate. Trying to show her affection to the donkey. Look at that. Oh, what a sweetie. The donkey. He's so shy with her.
Yeah, she was trying to take some weight off the donkey because it was carrying those really heavy
Oh,
pots of flowers.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the nurse and roommate for all living people.
mm,
You know.
yeah, she could be nice when she tries. Usually she doesn't.
Come on, Tim. The nicest things have thorns with them that come with them, right? So
Yes, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Goldfinger, hey, welcome to the show. Always great to have Goldfinger. Baron Van Nu says Steve McQueen was like Fleming with the Monaco. He chose it because so Differet F1 driver was his instructor, and he was sponsored by Heuer. He used the watch for the movie and moved on. Boom, boom, done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It wasn't a big deal for these guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why. Yeah, it's not good to rely on the wristwatch so much. You know, at the end of the day, wristwatch is just a wristwatch. Just like sometimes cigar is just a cigar. You know, you could just like smoking cigars. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great little hobby.
Everyone
As long
remembers films by Steve McQueen that aren't what I remember. I think for me, what made him, I mean, the race card thing was important. Of course, I didn't see that. What I saw was a classic of its time, and I'm aging myself, was Sand Pebbles. Was a true heart of the film, and you saw that he had put his heart out on that one. He's a sailor in that one, and I think it takes place in Asia or during the war, or something to do with the war, Japan, whatever. And he's a Navy guy. I got to
oh
look at the premise. Sand Pebbles, and the other one, um, The Great Escape. Yeah.
oh, The Great Escape is great. It's actually like a. It starts out like a comedy, like a very
Well,
light heart.
it
Uh-huh.
gives the impression it's like I think it would be a drama, but a good
Yeah.
drama that had funny moments, a little comic relief, but it's definitely a drama
Yeah.
and something that was have you at the edge of your feet in a way, but it was drama. Yeah,
I mean, it was a little bit comical, you know, the way they're digging the the hole and then they're carrying out
you're right.
the
Good for you.
sand in their pants. They got
Good for
these
you.
devices.
You saw the film. Good for you,
Oh
man.
yeah, I
Oh,
watched it. Yeah, I loved it.
all
A
right.
great film. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I watched it. Oh my God, I watched it a while back too.
it's a film
Uh,
that you don't get bored with. You can see it like so many months or so many years later. You'll see it again because you just
yeah,
like the way it was done, so you see it again. That's one of those few
mm,
films you don't mind seeing again. You know?
yeah, 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 and that's why it's such a the ending is such a shocking twist
Yeah,
that like so many of them get killed. Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't expect it. You're like, whoa, wait a second. You know, it started out all like great, you know, funny and entertaining, and then bam, the
I'm not
dark
saying
twist starts.
your perspective is not wrong, Tim, but I disagree with
Mhm.
you. It's just an opinion. Just an opinion. I
Yes,
think
okay, okay.
it was a drama. It was a serious film, but had its comical moments. A lot of them at the beginning, but it was a serious film with comic relief. What was that last text?
Yeah.
You just missed it. That was
Oh
interesting.
yeah, yeah. No, Spunky Hung was saying cats is seductively glamorous tarts are the best, sure to titillate You're fancy and indulge your every whim. Enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's
Spunky Hunk.
backing my bit. He was backing my bit. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, he's great. He's Spunky guy. Spunky Hunk is like Ian Fleming of the watch community.
Oh yeah.
Very witty guy. Andrew McQueen says Ian Fleming lived not far from my hometown, and his grave is close by. Local pubs were named the Goldfinger and the Moonraker after him.
That's something.
Wow,
Where is his home,
incredible.
by the way? Andrew, where is your home? Is
Yeah,
somewhere in
it's
or where?
no doxing though.
Okay.
Don't. Well,
Well,
we could just probably Google a
okay.
Goldfinger
Oh yeah, we can go.
pub in
Yeah,
UK,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Goldfinger is a great movie. I could watch it over and over. It's great film to rewatch as well. The
Oh wait,
classic, the
is that
original one.
the famous roommate that just walked by?
Hey,
Holy
it is the
smokes!
famous roommate. Hey, famous roommate, say hello to Daniel Cat. Hey,
Hey,
hey, famous roommate, how you doing?
ah,
Oh,
there you
you're
go.
holding up. She's holding up. She's
That
having fun.
that's a good
You,
slap. I like that. That's like a massage, Tim. That,
yeah. Mission complete.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Mykonos is done. Santorini is done. Now the Athens, and then I can rest. Oh my God, this is hard.
Well, how are you going back? By boat to Athens, or are you taking the
No,
main?
we're already in Athens by the boat. Yeah, we went by the boat.
Okay.
Y- You
And
wanna see it? This it's so crazy. This boat
yeah,
is
I've been on that boat
nuts.
when I was
You
30.
been? Oh, really?
I was on that boat when I was 30, when everybody else didn't exist. Yeah, I was on that boat.
Oh, well,
And
no, no.
that's
You were probably
none of you
using the one
guys
with the
existed.
sails and the cannons, right?
Yeah.
You were in a
I
different kind of boat, Daniel.
that's,
This one is electric.
oh, electric. Oh, was it? Okay, so you're in a better boat then.
No, it's
Uh,
not electric. It's Can you imagine how much electricity that would
well,
take?
you're in a modern boat. You're in a modern boat, whatever, compared to what I was on.
Mm, mm. We're the professional passengers now. Uh, I can show you a little bit of here. Here we go. Here I can show you a little bit of. This is
Yeah, the drawbridge. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense because the mass of humanity is coming off the boat. Plus the cars. The cars are on the boat too. Some of them are cars, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The boat that comes into to the port.
yeah.
It swings around a 180. It does like the quickest. It's got the quickest turnaround. Man, these boats, they're making so many rounds. It's crazy. They island hop. It's 30. It's less than 30 minutes. I think it stays in the dock. They're very efficient. They
Oh my
come
goodness.
in. They drop the yeah.
Are you there,
Mm.
Tim? Did I lose you?
Can can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think
Oh,
it's
sorry. The roommate was talking, but maybe she was. Hold on. She was in a different microphone, so you probably
oh,
couldn't hear
that's
her.
what it was. Oh, and where's this?
Sorry. She was.
Where is this landing into? Where Athens?
It
How?
is landing into Athens.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Book every book.
It was like a 3 hour trip from Mykonos to Athens. It's a mad dash. There's like 1,000 people.
Yeah,
Maybe it's like 500 people.
yeah, yeah.
And you'll see it. You'll see it's just really quickly here. But we're professionals. What you have to do is 10 minutes before the boat comes close to the shore. You have to be the first one because you need to get your luggage. If you don't get your luggage, you're gonna get, the line out of the ship is gonna be too long. You're not gonna be able to get your luggage, and there's gonna be just the crowd. Um, you you might get stomped. Yeah, we didn't know. No, you have to talk on the other side. Yeah, we. Yeah. Can you hear the roommate?
Yeah, I sort of can hear it. It's choppy,
Oh,
but
sorry. Choppy. Okay, it's no, it's bad. It's bad reception, roommate. Okay, see you. Anyways, as you can see there, it's dark,
yeah,
and as you see, crowds of people. There's the people who are getting on the boat. They're already waiting on the other side. All the cars that are going to be going on, they're already there.
yeah,
And yeah, it's a very quick turnaround. Everybody's just kind of, you see this,
yeah,
and they give you like 5 minutes to get your ass off the ship.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and when we were going to Mykonos, it
Mm,
was actually the sea was really rocky.
mm.
The ship was like swaying. Santorini, sorry. So the ship was swaying like this. Yeah, it was just madness.
That's
It
good,
was.
roommate. I like that rendition. Roommate gave a very good rendition of the.
But it almost made roommate sick.
Look at that. She should be in theater. She does very good
Yeah.
things on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you fly
Yeah.
back to New York?
Oh my God. On Tuesday.
Okay, so you got a few days to enjoy.
We got, yeah, 3 nights, I guess. 3 nights.
Uh,
Not including today. So including today, it's 4 nights. I was telling her, why are we staying? Why are we staying up until we should be leaving on Monday? We didn't
oh,
need
wait a minute,
to
wait a
stay
minute.
so long, but
See if you can book a theater at the outdoor call one of those outdoor theaters for opera or something, or ballet, or see if you try to go see something from the arts in Athens
oh,
or just outside of Athens. Um, go on a tour to something that's outside of Athens if you want.
mhm.
Um,
Maybe on Monday, right? I was thinking maybe we'll go to the beach because we haven't gone to the beach.
oh, go to the beach. Yeah, that's good. Go to the beach.
Yeah,
Find yourself a really nice cafe where you just be lazy. That still counts. You don't have to go see everything.
listen, Daniel, if it was up to me, that's all I would be doing. It's
But
unfortunately
roommate wants to
roommate. She always wants to be doing something.
right, right, right.
So we're probably gonna have to go to a lot of boring museums. We got some
Now,
walking tours.
wait a minute. Look, if you go to the right museum, if you go to the right museum, you might
Hmm.
see the history of Daniel Katz and Whitlam. You know,
Ooh, I would love to see the history of Daniel Cass. That's a great.
yeah, yeah.
Sounds like a
Long
great show.
and then long deceased or whatever he'll say, and then you have to go to the head of the museum and say, "Wait a minute, I know him. He's still alive."
Oh, we'll have a Daniel Katz exhibit there.
Yeah, Daniel Katz exhibit. That's right. Yeah. I don't know what Kelly Katz would think of that, but whatever.
Well, they don't want you spending your inheritance. Or maybe, hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Andrew McQueen says his grave is in Swanhampton in Wiltshire, UK. Fleming lived in Swanhampton Manor House. That was
Interesting.
very fancy. Maybe
I,
after he published the first book.
I think Fleming also lived in as an alternative home. I think he lived while he was writing his last book. Correct me, Mr. McQueen, but I think he was also living for a while in the Caribbean, even though that might be his real home in the UK. I'm wondering if he also lived. That was his, you know, beach home or something somewhere in the Caribbean. Well, he was working on Cannonball or one of the books
Hmm.
based on James Bond.
You know, he wrote his first novel when he was 44.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Casino Royale.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just retired, recently retired from, or just at the edge of retirement of the war. Interesting.
Yes,
Oh my goodness. So he was writing that while he was working on that invasion. That's weird. Like he was working on the invasion under the top guys, Montgomery, and of course Stevenson, who most people don't know. Uh, well, he was doing his other job. Maybe like he did his assignments, and whenever he had an hour or two free, he wrote more into the manuscript of that book. Interesting,
yeah,
because
and
the war ended in 45. The invasion wasn't it into the Allies into Dieppe and France and into the rest of Europe was in 44. Interesting that he was also working on the book. If what you say is true.
yeah, yeah. Second World War, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. And the Golden Eye, right? That's he had some. There was like an actual operation called Golden Eye, right?
Oh,
And during World War
but
II, that he was a part of.
on that something is if it's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, that makes
yeah.
sense.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's where he got the name for that,
Hmm.
right? The Golden Eye. Probably Golden Eye in the chat is gonna know because he named his account after the Golden Eye.
Really?
Andrew McQueen says, if you Google Ian Fleming Swimphampton House, you can see it. Let's see here. Let's Google it.
Okay.
Ian Fleming Swanhampton House. Let's see. Let's pull it up. Let's see how good his house was. Whoa, actually, it's very modest.
Oh, you know what? I know they may have paid well, to be in the forces, which he was, but that's inherited money to have a house like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably right. Well, he wasn't just in the military, right? He was it the intelligence, right? That
Oh,
required
would they
some
pay extra for that?
education.
Well, back in those days, maybe they did pay him extra. I don't know.
No, I think if he was working for like naval intelligence, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they were paying that much from the
Okay,
naval
okay.
intelligence, but
Let
he
me
might have been like
let
born.
me
I mean, I don't know. How
let
his
me back
family? Well, maybe
let, let me back up the bus.
I,
If
I think no. I think his family was like bankers, weren't
that's what I
they?
mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, no, they were rich. They were
Yeah,
bankers, I believe.
and I'm not knocking in Fleming for that. He worked his butt off, but he was also had a trust fund from the family. I'm not knocking him.
Yes.
Just you don't just turn it down. You if you got it, you got it. As long
Well,
as
look, it's not like
you know.
he blew it,
No,
right? I think he has actually put the trust in some good. He put some good work, right? He produced 11, novels. He
yeah,
served his country
yeah, yeah,
as an intelligence officer in the
yeah.
Navy. It's not like it's not like he said that he has a knee problem and got a doctor to write a note that he can't be drafted, right? He didn't dodge the draft
Okay,
like some other really wealthy people.
who are you making fun of for that one?
I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just
Oh yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, there's people who actually, maybe he was drafted into Navy. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
I like
He seems like a guy
usually like
who volunteered.
no, no, no,
Actually,
but I think usually people from like wealthier families, even if they're drafted, it's not
yeah.
like they're going to be put on the front lines. They're going to be given better jobs, better kind of assignments where they're not going to be in harm's way immediately. Because it's all rigged, anyways, right? Unless you get some kind of a very strict, some kind of a strict.
Yeah. My dad thought that he's gonna work out a way to be in the army without getting himself killed slowly. He volunteered as soon as he finished law school. He volunteers towards the end of the war, and he picked something which he thought he'd be safe, to be a truck driver, to drive the troops somewhere. Just volunteer, get this thing done with. Don't get killed.
Wow.
Drive the truck around. So he
Yeah.
goes and hands in the thing, right? And shows his credentials. And the sergeant looks at his credentials and says, "You're not going to drive any truck.
Really?
We got to get you something else. There's no way you're doing." So, but I think it was something about searching for mines that the Nazis left when they escaped. Underground mine.
Oh, wow, that's dangerous.
It's dangerous, but I think something to do with that, and also
Yeah.
education. So there was a lot of people, lots, not like now, that
Yes.
came from they came from the rural country or whatever, and
Yes.
they couldn't. Life got in the way, and they couldn't finish their curriculum. For back then in Canada, we had grade 13 before you get to university. So Dad would help them get their homework done, to send to whatever, to get their marks, to get their papers done on their off days from being on the battlefield. There were actually guys trying to finish their schooling. So my dad was given a separate position and given a title of captain even. And no
Wow.
other position can yell at him, because he was in a different department from some guy yelling at you, "Attention," type of thing.
Wow.
Anyways, he went
And he
across.
volunteered from Canada?
He volunteered to join the Canadian forces, which joined with the British forces, and they were sometimes in the same compound and met each other, and then they were assigned
Wow.
as like a link to the UK forces for battle. I think. I don't know.
Shit.
They would
That's
fly
crazy.
by boat across with the troops, and join the compounds in the UK of the British. And they were given
Oh,
certain assignments, but they were like in conjunction, I think, with the UK forces.
uh-huh. Interesting. You know, Daniel, let me show you something. When I
Yeah.
was on this island of Delos, right? There was this thing here. This was long ago, probably more than 1,000 years ago, maybe 2,000 years
Oh,
ago.
that you mean before Tim existed?
Before actually one of these is before even you existed. And
Oh,
I know. Not a lot of things in this world existed before you,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
think this is one of the
yeah,
you're probably seeing it when it was still standing, but this was a statue of Apollo.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay? So
yeah.
this was the base to the statue of Apollo here, right?
Mm.
And the crazy thing, let me show you this. So if you look from the top, let me show you this. So if you look from the top, right, and
Yeah.
there's like scribbles in the in in the rock, right? And you zoom it in, and what do you see? You see like it's
Well,
weird scribbles here, but huh?
but you also see something that's contemporary at the bottom. Something Cook USN at the bottom. It's just
Yes.
that's contemporary mixed with stuff from God knows how long ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the USN, US Navy. So it's like
Yeah,
Cook of US Navy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think what was happening is there's a possibility that and then here look, Captain MC Perry.
Right, right, right.
Captain MC Perry, you see that?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
USN
Right.
18 what is it 1825?
Oh
I don't
wait,
know.
that looks more. That looks that I don't think that represents a date.
It
It's
might
maybe
not be a date. It might be like 1826, might be like a number, some kind of a
yeah, and I
maybe a regiment number.
that might have been World War II. Who knows, or whenever, and they don't
Yeah.
have a thing in there. but the
Uh-huh.
other stuff above might be from God knows how long ago, and he mixed it in with maybe people came by from different time periods. That's the point, and put their names on there. You think, like from
I think I think what happened is that there was U.S. Navy was stationed on this island,
okay,
and they basically carved their names. They were bored, and they
mhm.
carved their names into this rock.
Okay. I don't think they were bored, Tim. They were just
Well,
they just wanted to do
when do you doodle? Are you ever like doodling? This is
because they
not
want to do it.
authorized.
Well, maybe they're bored. We don't know. Maybe they just wanted to do it.
I think that you
I'm
had to
having
have
fun
been
with you.
bored.
I'm not. Maybe they were bored. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe they were bored, maybe they weren't bored, but the fact is that they
Which
put
island?
their names.
Which island?
Delos,
Okay.
Delos. This is the really important island. It was like entire. Hold on, island
Wait a minute,
of.
Tim. Some of the islands are 3 days to get there. Me, like I had to go 3 days in a boat, live on a boat for 3 days before I got to Rhodes. You didn't go to Rhodes. You went to Santorini, and then you went to Mykonos. That Mykonos is only 3 hours away from Athens. Really?
No, no. So this Delos island
Yeah.
is only an hour away
Really?
from Santorini.
Oh, okay. And how far is Santorini from Athens?
You see here, here's the map.
Okay,
Here you
thanks.
could see
Oh,
there's
there.
the Mykonos,
Oh, I see. Okay.
right?
And
And then
Delos.
Delos is right there next to
Okay.
Mykonos.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
And
and Athens is just to the left there. Okay.
oh damn, what the hell? One second. What the hell?
Oh, no
Second.
wonder. Rhodes is not even in the group there. It's really far away. That's why.
Yeah,
I just simply went, and you went to Santorini too. Wow.
yeah. Oh, here's some images from. See, this was they had a giant theater there.
Yeah.
A lot of a lot. Oh, and by the way, so like this island apparently it was. It was like their super diplomatic island where they had different religions. They had different
Oh, come on.
societies
Hello.
meet on this
Oh,
island.
fuck.
Yeah. What happened? You okay? Hello, hello. Oh, we lost Daniel. Daniel Katz is gone. Hey guys, make sure to upvote the live stream if you've been enjoying it so far. Let's see what do we got going on in the chat. Shout out to Dingo Dave. So Dr. Bob, it's nearly time. I'm going to be losing reception soon. Heading up the hill to my secret spot. Wow, Dingo, you enjoy that secret location. Be safe. Get spunky hung. I suppose you also supply sundry psychedelic consumables and associated paraphernalia under the counter. Thank you. Uh, yeah, the roommate's keeping us informed. Grandmaster Chime says Fred Gate was the prequel for the T-shirt 86ing. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Uh, Spunky Hunk says this stream is far superior to mainstream mass media with sex and drugs and rock and roll and everything else also available in a one-stop comprehensive service venue. Cheerios. Cheers. Yeah, Daniel, you're back. What happened? You okay?
My sister wants to get hold of me on FaceTime, it knocks me out. I try
Oh,
to
yeah.
hang up on her to deal with that
Yes.
later, but it didn't work. So then I had to get off completely. See what you want.
Maybe
Is
she found your watch and she's trying to reach you.
no, no. I found out what it was. It's not that. No.
No?
Did
Oh.
I get in touch with so and so? Something to do with banking? It's okay. It's nothing.
JMB 10 pound super chat says, Tim, come back for watches and wine. Hey, maybe we'll do watches and wine this Sunday. I could try to do something. I'll reach out to a couple of guys who love their wine. Maybe we'll do something while I'm still here in Athens, if I'm able to. If not, then a week from now, 100%, we're bringing back watches and wine. But hey, I'm drinking a little bit of champagne here. Anyways,
Tim, I'm gonna have to go.
cheers to JMB. Okay, Daniel, take care. Go,
Okay.
go, go get your watch. Okay.
No, I'm gonna go get some cucumber because I need my magnesium, Tim.
Ooh, you know what the cucumber is good with? Greek yogurt. Make it into a tzatziki
Okay,
salad. Okay.
I'll try. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Cheers, Daniel. Take
Bye.
care. All right. If anybody else wants to join me on the stream, the link is pinned in the chat. Um, uh, Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep going back to watches. Let's do some watch talk here. JMB says, "Enjoy your time. Is important. Having a rest. Thank you." Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, it hasn't been a rest, to be honest. It's been the most stressful time of my life. There's nothing restful about this vacation. It's just kind of trying to do best I can for the roommate here. Roommate is not easy. It's very demanding. She's got all these requirements. It's just it's hard, guys. It's really hard, but hey, I can't wait to get back so that I can relax and yeah, I need a break. I need a break from this vacation. The expense here is freaking killing me. Everything costs money, guys. It's literally you step outside, you get charged. And it's freaking brutal. But hey, don't ask me whether it's hard, you know? Here's who can tell us that it's hard. Here we go. Here we go. Let's play the video, Timmy. Here we go. We got Watch Eric, everybody's favorite, one of everybody's favorite wristwatch YouTubers from Miami, Florida, from the Soy Boy
So here's
building.
the deal. I got a big project that I'm working
Oh,
on
he's got
right
a
now, and I
project.
need to free up some funding.
The
And
funds
one of these
need to be
projects
freed
includes
up.
a new channel, completely different than this
A
one.
whole
So
new
I
channel.
decided that out of my collection,
Hey,
I
I'm
need to
doing
clean
this as
something
well.
out. I have already selected which ones gotta go and are on the chopping block. Let's check them out.
Okay, now let's just pause it here. Okay. Let's just hold up a second. I mean, how is that supposed to work? Okay. Watch Eric just made an announcement. He's starting another channel. What is this? A third channel? What happened to the cinematic videos? Remember a couple of months ago, Watch Eric, he did that massive video that felt like it was a movie where he was kind of, he was falling into the ocean. Remember? What was the channel name? If somebody can help me out in the chat, it was like it was mind blowing type of a cover. It was like it was diving into watches. He was telling the story of how he when he first quit CRM Jewelers, he went on his own. The first thing that happened to him, he dropped his client's AP, and it cost thousands to fix it. So he almost destroyed his independent venture. JBB says Anthony Ferris started a new channel too. No, come on, are you serious? And there's an Anthony Ferris new channel, phone calls from prison. What is it called? A double D in the chat says I think it's called I'm a giant D bag. Well, let's see what he tells us. What is he starting now? Because look, if the economy, if everything was doing well, you wouldn't need to sell watches out of your collection to start a new YouTube channel. You would just, you would start it by, I don't know, out of your profits, out of your savings account, the money that you put aside to start a new venture, maybe get a couple of investors on board, not sell watches from the collection. But okay, let's see it.
So during this process, there was a lot of different things that went through my mind, and it was
my God.
what am I going to be okay with not having? And a lot of it had to also do with what is replaceable, because I could have probably gone for some of the bigger pieces and just eliminated those. But that's
okay. So he's going to be getting rid of stuff that is easy to replace. You guys want to take a guess? What are the watches that are super easy to replace? If you ever wanted another one of these pieces, what's the first watch that comes to mind? Also, if there are pieces in your collection that you guys are thinking of getting rid of, let me know in the chat. What watches? I'm thinking of getting rid of the Sermit, the Air King, before I get it blackened. I also what else? What else? I think Sermit and the Air King, unless I do it blackened Air King, then I'll keep it, probably, because it will become unsellable. But the Sermon has to go. Do I have anything else that like urgently needs to go? Not really. Here we go. Grandmaster Chan says Anthony Ferrer's road to the 4P showers. Ouch. Philip Habershar, if interest rates were 3%, the new venture would be financed. A lot of guys are selling to find things instead of financing. Hey, I heard that there was a interest rate cut. Is that true? Because I'm away, right? Interest rate cut USA. Let's see. Where's the U.S. Fed? The Federal Reserve reduced the target for its key lending rate by 0.5%. Ooh, to the range of 4.75 to 5%. Oh, it's just 5%. That's it. Doesn't seem like a really big deal, but a cut is a cut, right? If you're doing massive numbers like in millions, 0.5% is gonna be a lot of money. Here we go. JBB says Anthony Ferrer shot at redemption. You're kidding me. That can't be real. It can't be real. Okay, let's pull it up. Anthony Ferrer, a shot at redemption. Anthony Ferrer, road to... Oh, actually, Anthony Ferrer's YouTube channel is still live. It's got his... Oh, dude, look at this. His regular channel, my last video on YouTube, Road to Redemption. He only made it to day 5. That's a good breakfast, by the way, there. He's eating in the lounge. Day 4, day 3. I'm going to solve my $5 million. I finally hit the rock bottom. 5 million in debt. 343,000 views. Disaster. Betting 100K on Black in Vegas. Why would... What a strange choice of videos to leave on YouTube. Part 1, my story, part 1, originally posted, and a morning routine. He's got a great morning routine, to be honest. But hey, what's the channel? I can't find it. Anyways, let's get back here. Here we go. Let's see if your predictions were right.
kind of not what I wanted to do. I wanted to think of what watch can I not miss at all? Like if I didn't have this watch, would I miss it? And this is a couple of them right now that are already on the chopping block.
Ouch!
We got here 2 different Pepsis,
The
a no
Pepsis,
date
all the
sub,
Pepsis must
and
go.
a Batman. So the first watch is going to be
The
a
Pepsi.
Rolex Sea Dweller
Sea Dweller.
1665.
That's 4K.
And that's actually the first, that is the first vintage Sea Dweller that I bought, and I couldn't help to buy it because a friend of mine brought it, had it already serviced.
Gotta
from
go.
Rolex,
Seed
had
Dwellers
the
gotta
service
go.
card. Literally had just come out of service, and it just looked so nice. And the price was good. And sure enough, I actually sold it. That's the first one I sold it, and I pretty much got for it exactly what I paid for it. So I'm happy. It was a good watch.
Seed Dwellers
I
gotta
never
go.
really got to wear it though because it had just been polished.
2
It was all
Pepsis
done by
and the
Rolex with the
Batman.
factory stickers and all that, and I just never wore it. So, you know, it was kind of time to move on because I do have 2 other pieces here which I love. 2 other Seed Dwellers. One being a great white, another.
Oh, damn, he's got the double red. That's a sick one. And well, it's a vintage one. Holy fuck. Okay, these are
One
pretty
being a
cool.
double red, and I do wear those.
Oh, that's a Seed Dweller. Yo, that's really nice. These are really nice vintage pieces. This is actually the kind of stuff that if you guys can get your hands on, I think that's where the value is going to be forever. Because the new stuff, they're just gonna keep making. They got these new CNC machines. They can stamp out as many of the new models as the heart desires, right? But this vintage stuff, they weren't thinking about kind of mass producing these at the time. So there's very limited quantities of them out there. I think the prices are going to be really strong on this stuff. It's going to retain in, you know, stuff like this.
A
Worth
lot
keeping,
more.
definitely.
So I thought that's an easy one to part ways with. And luckily, it's already gone. Guy
Oh,
bought
it's
it.
already
He even
gone.
quoted, "I will die with this watch in my collection."
Oh,
That's how
wow.
much he loved it. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be this 5513 no date sub.
Ooh, the 2 line. That's freaking gorgeous. These are quite collectible, but his looks in not a very good condition. Actually, the lugs look polished to hell. I wouldn't be. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, this could be just a clickbait video. Like, you know, how do we know that these were in his quote unquote collection, and he's just not just making a video, you know, to move some pieces? I mean, it's a great watch, but a little bit too polished for my liking. David H says, so few watches catch my attention lately. Yeah, it's really rough. And there's, you know, because it's like same stuff. Something needs to change, I think. The watch hobby is getting a little bit stale. It just feels like the Swiss watch industry has perfected the manufacturing process, and making watches has become a little bit too easy. Everybody's doing it, so it doesn't feel so special anymore. I don't know. Something's gonna have to change if the hobby is going to survive. Double D says he's making this too complicated. Just ask, would a D bag who wears sunglasses inside wear this watch? If the answer is yes, oh, if the answer is no, sell and move on. There you go. There you go. Easy peasy. Double D just solved
This is a
the process.
1979. It's a good looking watch. Overall condition is good.
It
And
doesn't look
I
that
bought this
great.
watch by chance. Somebody came by one day to my store and offered it to me. And at that point, I didn't have a single no date sub in my collection. So I thought, hey, why
Cheers.
not? Because remember, I'm on that quest to have 100 subs by 50. I'm 42, so I still got 8 years. I'm on the right track. But I said, well, you know what? Let's just add a no date sub. The crazy part about it is all this time that I've owned this watch, it kind of had a scratched up crystal. And now that I'm going to sell it, I put a new crystal and I almost put it back into the collection. But again, I think this is another watch that I can replace. Plus, I have 3 other no date subs that I just feel that I wear more and I enjoy more.
Lot of
It's not that I don't love this watch. There's a reason why I've had it so long. But I just figured something's got to go.
Did Eric say he wants to have 100 Submariners? Did he say he wants to have 100 Submariners? Hold on a second.
I almost put it back into the collection, but
What's
kind
that?
of had a scratched up crystal. And now that I'm back,
But
but I said, well, you know what? Let's just add a no date sub. The crazy part about it is, all this time that I've owned this watch, it kind of had a scratched up crystal. And now that I'm going to sell it, I
I
put a
think I
new
missed it.
crystal, and I almost put
But
it back into the collection. But again, I think this is another
the
watch
subs
that I can
are.
replace. Plus, I have 3 other no date subs that I just feel that I wear more and I enjoy more. Okay, it's not that I don't love this watch. There's
Those
a
are some
reason
pretty
why.
good subs, to be honest. See here. This one, this one looks particularly great with the bezel looking like it's almost blue. See here, let's move back. What else has got here? Okay, this is very similar one, but black bezel, totally black bezel, no patina. And let's see, gonna go back. Oh, this one looks. Is it the red line? No, what is this? No date. Okay. Oh man, these are identical.
Subs that I
Jesus.
just feel that I wear more and I enjoy more. Okay, it's
That's
not
in
that I
his
don't love this
collection or is
watch.
it
There's a
his
reason
stock?
why
I
I've had
mean,
it
come
so
on.
long. But I just
It's a
figured
great
something's
stock,
got to go
actually,
so I can make
to
this
have.
move that's coming. So to fund this project,
This is
this
the
one's going to be
shadiest
pretty
one
much under 9K.
of those three. He's
Now,
getting
the
rid
next
of.
one is an interesting one because I've had this watch for almost 10 years at this point.
Let's see.
This is a watch that I actually did a video with in my previous channel where I said that I wanted a 1967 and it
Previous channel.
appeared, and it's exactly 1967, like my
Ooh, very
blue
nice. That's like Red
1967
Shovel.
Chevelle. This watch
What
I
the hell?
actually got when I worked out a
Whoa.
deal with my dad's
1967.
previous boss. I actually sold him a Patek and took this on trade. And I marked this as my first vintage watch ever. What makes
Wow.
this watch unique is that it's 1967 and it's a 1675. And what happens is sometimes people want
1967. 1675. Wow. It's from 1967. That's quite old. It's really old.
watches that are this old, but
Yeah. It looks really, really well preserved. Actually, no, it doesn't look very well preserved. It looks really rough, to be honest. Looks like the dial and the hands and the bezel were all swapped because there's no patina on any of these parts. And the lugs are really polished.
the
Uh,
condition is terrible,
yeah.
or they're so
Shit.
good that the prices are way too high.
The
Now, the
condition
good
is
thing about
terrible in
this
this
one
one.
is that the price is good. It's not too crazy. Something like this, you're going to be bouncing around the area of 13-ish, around there. We'll call it low teens. Compared to some of the other ones, which are going to cost you over 20K, this is something you can buy. It's vintage and you can wear it. And I love this watch,
Yeah, you
especially the
can wear
fact
it
that it
because
had
it's
that
all
engraving
replaced.
in the back where it said in Spanish, February 1970, and it's got a man's name back there. It was given as a gift to somebody. I never polished the watch, and I decided to leave it like that because personally, I kind of like that character. Now,
David
before I
H
go to the
says he
next
has too
one,
many Rolexes.
I want to just say
Yeah,
that
it's a lot of us
the
have
first
this
3,
problem.
including the one that I already sold, are a little bit more difficult to replace because they have a lot more character and they're older watches. This particular one that I have right here was the only
Another Pepsi.
16700 in
See,
my
this is
collection.
why
I have several
a
GMTs
lot
that
of
I'm
these.
hoarding, and
This is why a lot of these watches went crazy because there's so many dealers out there, right? And a lot of these watches, they're just like in the dealers' hands, right? The Pepsis, all the dealers have bought up as many as they possibly could. They cornered the market on this thing, and that's why the price of the Pepsis kind of exploded. And the fact that there wasn't a ceramic Pepsi for so long just made these kind of go crazy. Andrew McQueen says, I'm always surfing the web for vintage watches lately. I like trying to find my birth year watch at the moment. I've always been buying vintage for my daughters. Wow. Hey, vintage is the way to go, I think, right now, or unique pieces. Like the watch has to be super special, has some kind of like something that separates it from the pack. Yeah, SJ saying I am a little bit sick. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was sleeping under the AC unit, so I think I caught a little bit cold. Yeah, I hope it's not COVID. Dr. Bob's Diver, thank you so much for being member for 15 months. How much in super chats to do the following? One, break some plates live on the stream. Flush some toilet paper. Or three, you both wear togas for the rest of the trip. Oh my God. Look, I think it would be very expensive for the togas because we don't have the togas. We have to buy the togas. Flushing the toilet paper. They'll probably put me in jail if I do that. So I don't want to risk it. And then break some plates. And there's no plates. We have some champagne glasses, but it's not going to be good luck. So thank you, Dr. Bobs. Thank you so much for the offer. Really appreciate it. But we're gonna have to decline. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Wear the togas for the rest of the trip. You know what? Maybe when I do the trip with Red. Oh, yeah, I think I got a cold. Um, yeah, it's not a good thing. Was sleeping under the AC unit.
And this is the only one I had of that reference number. And the only reason I bought this watch is because I went to my buddy's office that he's a wholesaler. First thing I realized about the watch is I said, oh my God, I don't have a 16700. Another thing is that a lot of these watches with this reference number, the dial tends to kind of get like a spider crack effect. Some people don't like that.
Well, this one doesn't have it, but it takes many years to get that spider-like effect, crack effect. But then again, like, how does the dial get that? Um, uh, is it a possibility that maybe like some dealers cook the dial and that's how it becomes? This one doesn't have it. So what does he try? What's the selling point here? That, oh, if you buy this watch and you keep it for long enough, eventually it's gonna crack and you're gonna have that super desirable spider web effect on the dial. Yeah, not really worth risking.
think it gives character. And when I saw that, I said, wow, the dial is really why I bought it, because it's very faint. It's not enough for somebody to look at the dial and then be like, whoa, what's wrong with that dial? It's something you got to really look at. Seeing it on somebody else's wrist will not be enough. You have to kind of really look at it in the light and realize that the dial is starting to spider crack. And since I did not have a 16700 in my collection, I bought it. Had box and papers. I think it's a good deal. And I'm going to be selling this one again in the low teens. Not a lot of money
low
there.
teens, because the market is dead, guys. This is a fire sale.
I think that it's a lot of watch for the money.
Fire
now,
sale.
the last one is a crowd favorite.
Everything must
I say
go.
that because these watches sell a lot and people love. And what is there not to like about
and the
it?
Batman.
It is a Batman GMT. This is the first reference, 16710. And
great
before
watch.
Everybody starts freaking out and saying that I'm contradicting myself. Yes, I sold my original one. This is not the one. Well, I didn't really sell it. I traded it. What happens is I did a couple videos ago where I traded it for this watch right here. I told myself I wasn't going to buy any more watches this year. Guy came in, offered me to trade,
cool,
and I did the deal. Then shortly after that, another friend of mine, long-term client from out of the country, comes in one day and says, you know what, Eric? I don't want this watch anymore. I want to sell it. And then I thought to myself, maybe I should buy it to replace it. And yes, I broke my rule this year. I wasn't supposed to buy any watches, but yes, I rebought it. The crazy part is that I've had it for already about a month and I haven't worn it, not once. And then I thought about it and I said, look, this is an easy sale. People look for this watch. People want
It's a great watch. The The Rolex Batman, such a classic. I never had one, never owned a Batman, but it's such a baseline watch. But I do feel like in 2024, it's a little bit played out. It's everybody and their dog had this one. These were really cool back in 2020, 2019, heck, even 2022. These were so freaking cool. Everybody wanted the Batman. It's cool, especially if you own the BMW. I think it's like a requirement to own a Batman. And honestly, this could be one of those watches, kind of one and done. You can have a Batman for life. It's just a great, solid piece, a workhorse. Looks like this is the older model because between the Swiss made, there is no crown, so it's got the older movement, the 48 hours of power reserve. So I wonder how much is he going to charge for
on
this
it.
one?
And this is something I can replace. So I
Yeah, these
felt
are
that out of the
so
ones that I
easy to
sold,
replace.
these
These actually, if the market keeps falling, these could be, but there's so many of them. Oh my God. Oh God. Let's see. These could be so cheap, to be honest, because the Rolex has printed so many of them. Rolex, bad. Let's see. All listings. Oh my God. So if we go to Chrono 24, there's 1,100 of them for sale right now. That's crazy. 1,100. Let's see it. Let's go low to high. Oh man, people are still a little bit delusional trying to get 14,000 for these. The prices are falling fast though. 14. Yeah. Actually, the funny part about this whole Batman thing is that it was a Batman that Bark and Jack sold. He got it from the AD and he sold it to start the Bark and Jack YouTube channel. That's the really funny thing. And now Watch Eric is kind of doing similar to start his second venture.
two are the easiest to replace. And it's kind of hard decisions I had to make. So that's why I decided to go then with these other three that are a little bit harder to replace, especially this one with so much character and history. My first vintage watch, traded in a deal with my dad's old boss, all that. But these are the ones that I have right now ready. And each one of these watches, were an experience and I had a
Ready to
journey to
go.
obtain them. It
Hey, this is
wasn't
one
just
of
like I
those
went and just
red
bought them.
shovel
Each one
specials.
of these have a whole different story of how I acquired them. And I think that once I sell them, I'll be able to put them into a whole nother experience, which will also be a cool story.
Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Red Shovel, look at this. Watch Eric is getting rid of a lot of his pieces. He's selling them. He's getting rid of his watch collection. It's because he's starting a new YouTube channel, believe it or not. But hey, Red Shovel, speaking of in other news, here, you guys want to see a fun piece of trivia? You guys want to see a fun piece of trivia? Who wants to, guys, raise your hand if you want to see a fun piece of trivia. I think Red Shovel, especially, will get a kick out of this. Our friends at the BQ Watches, get this. When you go to their website, now you get this pop-up. They're pushing the BQ Rewards Club really hard. So this is the next thing. Everybody's doing it. It's kind of like the Tim Wright memberships. By the way, guys, if you're not a member of the channel, I would highly recommend you become members. The support the show, support the little show that I do here every single day. I try my best, you know. It's hard. It's a tough gig. Um, and we try to report on all the latest breaking news. Well, anyways, our friends at the BQ Watches, they're starting a membership program for only a small fee of £250 a year. You get a lot of benefits, but there's some benefits that you no longer get. Speaking of benefits, hey, Red Shovel, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, Tim Harvey.
Hey, I can't freaking wait to get back to New York. I'm dying over here in Greece. I think I caught a cold. Got the
Oh,
sniffles.
you sound a bit. What's
Oh,
this? The BQ Rewards Club. Have you joined? Have you joined for 250?
not yet. No, I don't have the money. Yo, this trip is costing me a fortune. I'm getting killed. I'm getting
Oh,
killed. I got slaughtered
expensive.
like a pig
Expensive.
in Mykonos. I got slaughtered. They killed me, man. They took all my money. They took all my money. Those Mykonos freaking restaurants, they're ruthless. They charge you $5 to $8 for orange juice and
Wow.
$24 for the drinks, and then oh, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
Expensive, man.
You have to pay for the sunset privileges.
It's expensive. It's expensive. It's not as
You know,
expensive as a BQ Watch Club.
it's not as expensive as a BQ Watch Club. No, it's not. It's 250 pounds a
per
year.
year.
Red, what do you think? Are you gonna join?
Probably not. No.
No, come on. You gotta be a member. Come on. You
All
got
this,
that
all this
plumbing
stuff.
government
I don't
contract,
like
the
this. I
lucrative.
don't like this. I don't like these sort of things. No, I don't like these sort of things.
Well, let's see.
No,
Let's look at the benefits here. Professional rates on buying and selling. What does that mean? Professional rates on buying and selling. They'll give you a better deal when they buy your watch.
preferential, preferential.
Oh,
It says
preferential. What does that mean?
preferential.
Preferential.
But you see, the argument would be that you would want that anyway. You would want it. Like you
Right.
get.
Why isn't everybody? Hold on a second. Are they admitting that they're charging you more than they should be charging you when they're buying your watch or when they're selling you a watch? Like,
This is the thing. See, this is the thing. I think that if you get to know a company like BQ, that you would probably
yeah.
get that anyway. And I think that if you were to contact Spencer, like or Kaylee, like or someone, you would probably, if you were friendly with them, they would give you
If
like
you
a
watch the
250.
channel, you make a couple of
Yeah,
comments on the BQ YouTube channel, right?
yeah.
But what about
You'd
80%
probably
of?
get that anyway.
Okay, so this is a non. It's like a basically you already get that. The preferential rates on buying and selling. Honestly, the watch market is so dead right now that they should be giving preferential rates on buying and selling to every customer that comes into their door, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You want everybody should no nobody should have to pay £250 for preferential rates. You should just get that for free because the watch market is hard. APIZ £5 super chat. Red, great to see you on. Update on watches you're getting, selling. Tim, thoughts on Sylvain Pinard origin? What the fuck, Sylvain Pinard?
What the fuck is that?
Okay. Oh! I saw this one. I saw it in person. Actually, one dude actually had it on the wrist. Hold on, it's loading. When we were in Geneva, I think Red, you might have actually seen this watch yourself too. The
Something
guy,
very.
the guy who had it, he said only like three of them in the world, or like the guy makes three of these a year. Hold on, why is it not loading? Slow internet,
Internet's
huh?
internet's fucked.
Come on. Translate French. Come on, what the hell? What the hell? Well, Red, are you buying or selling anything? What's going on with the day date? Have you made a
Oh,
decision?
my Timmy, my mind is right. I was right. Oh, it's been so bad. I had nearly decided to buy a certain watch, and I had seen it advertised for about a week. And then when I had finally sort of right, I'm going to buy it, I went to go to hit the button and it was sold.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
Was
and it
it
was
from
sold.
BQ?
No, it actually wasn't from
It's
BQ. It
probably
was from
because you didn't have the
Watchfinder.
membership program. You would have gotten the preferential treatment. You see, they would have held it for you. That's the benefit of getting the program read.
Just stop making me laugh a bit.
You gotta sign up for the program. Come on, you could be the first. You're gonna be the first person to sign up for this program, Red. If you
No,
do
not
it,
the,
you realize Kaylee. If you call like Kaylee tomorrow, like, hey Kaylee, it's Red Shovel here. I want to sign up for the BQ Rewards program. She's gonna go, really? You're gonna be the first one. Come on, really? We didn't think anybody was actually gonna sign up for this. We thought we'll just we'll just create it to create a little bit of news in the watch space, just something different, something new. They didn't
oh,
actually expect anyone to sign up.
but do you not think that this is completely unnecessary? Because, right, I, with dealing with BQ in the past, and a plenty of experience, it's a really, they are, if you're going to buy a watch or something like a BQ would be one of my first stops, right? I don't think they need this rewards club. I really don't. It just seems a step too far to me.
You think it sounds a little bit desperate?
I think
The benefits
it,
should be like one drink every time you visit, one per day every time you visit BQ.
well, you see, this is the thing. Preferential rates on buying and selling. I would say that the vast majority, I don't know, of their customers, they're probably not buying more than two watches a year. Maybe quite a lot of the customers are maybe only buying one watch like every couple of years. There'll be some people like buying one watch like for life. So the sort of thing where you get 80% off insurance variations, 20% off polishing, 15% off repairs, it doesn't. You know, you would maybe expect all that to come with just the sort of general sort of, you would want a good deal all the time anyway, which I think they will give you. Um,
They're not going to give you, not after all that you've done to Spencer. Not me either. If I want to get back into the
no,
good
come
graces
on,
with the
no, come
BQ,
on,
I
no,
think
come
I should
on,
sign up.
no, come on. Like, we're past that. No, I just, what I think that if you're going to sign up to something that costs X amount of money per year, right? It's got to have, you've got to see on the other side of it the real monetary value. So it's a bit like it's a bit like when you sign up to the Amex Gold or the Amex Platinum. They give you a list of benefits that actually have a real world cash value. So
Yes,
you can say, right, well, I get it. So if I get the gold card, I get in the four lounges. If I get it, if I get this, I get a $300 dollars like dining credit that I can use at various restaurants. I get
that's right.
150, I think, Parvy or whatever what shop it is here, Parvy Nichols vouchers, or you can sort of build up, you can sort of offset the price of the club or the fee against the benefits. Here, what does 80% off insurance valuations mean? What does an insurance valuation cost in the first place? What does 20% off polishing actually mean? What does polishing cost? There's no actual thing to sort of tally up.
It's not
Is this
even a free polish. It should be like 3 free polishes per year.
No. It needs to show. There needs to be a monetary value so that you can compare the 250 fee to, in order to say, oh, well, actually, that's actually quite good value. Now, the key to money making on all these things is that you pay the fee, right? But you
Yes,
never actually use the service that's provided. So if you sign up for
that's the
Amex
trick.
Platinum, you might never actually use the £300 dining credit. So there you go. They've basically given away, £300 free for them. You might forget to
I
use
make sure I use all of my benefits. I get
yeah,
way
but some people
more
don't, and that's
back
the
than I
key.
pay for
That's the
the
key.
annual fee.
But the thing is here, I don't know what BQ charge for, a polish. So let's just say that it's £100. I'm just picking a round figure. So you go. So if I get 20% off that, that's £20. So you could sort of build a profile of what you're going to save vis-a-vis the price per year, but you can't do that here. So
It's not even, it should be the way they should have structured it. They should have give 1 free polish per year. Like that should be a benefit, not 20% off
something.
polishing. I don't get
It
it.
doesn't need to
25,
be anything
20% off
actually
polishing.
free. It doesn't need to be anything actually free. What you need is to be able to compare it to something that has a real monetary value. So it's just when American Express, basically like says to you, here is £150 Parbury Nichols voucher. So that's worth £150. There's £300
Yes.
dining credit. Now, to get that £300 dining credit, you have to go to one of their restaurants, or one of the listed restaurants. You have to book like in a certain, all that shit. You mightn't necessarily use it, but it's still worth at the end of the day in the restaurant £300, right? But you don't know what 20% off polishing actually means. What's that actually worth? Nobody knows what it's worth.
Right.
Is it worth £10? Is
MSD
it worth
Hody says
£10?
two haters versus BQ. What could go wrong? Nobody's hating. We're
No,
giving advice.
no,
We're actually like we're
no.
like if
It's not
nobody
here.
signs up, we're trying to explain why nobody's going to
No,
sign up for
it's
this.
not
Is
here.
because the benefits are so obscure, they're so convoluted that you don't know what is it that you're actually getting back for paying £250. The way I see it, if it's like insurance valuation, it's not actually even insurance. What you have to pay to get insurance, you get Hodinky insurance app. It's free. You just put it, you pay for the insurance. You actually get insurance for paying. You put the watches you own in there, and they tell you right away how much it's going to cost. What's this 80% off
Yeah,
insurance valuation?
it doesn't make
I don't
sense.
get it.
Like, all to the joking aside and being absolutely serious. If I wanted
Nobody's
to
joking.
buy a watch, if I wanted to buy a watch, one of the first places that I would go to would still be BQ watches, right? Because I
Yeah.
know that what you're going to get is going to be guaranteed, and Spencer will never going to let you down on that, on that way, right? But
Yes.
see, this particular thing here, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, for instance,
It doesn't do
take
any
one of the
service.
other things there. 60 days free safety deposits. What does that mean? You need to have a monetary value to that. So is there a cost at the minute for BQ watches to store your watch for 60 days or even a year, right? So that
Yes.
you can make a decision to say, how much is 60 days free storage deposit in their big fucking state of the art
Yes.
safe? What is that worth? What's that worth? but there's nothing to go on to let you know like what that is actually worth. So it's hard. When I look at that list now and I go, right, so this is going to cost me £250 per year. But what value am I getting? Am I getting exactly £250 of the value according to BQ, or am I maybe getting a list of stuff that's maybe worth maybe £350 per year, and I'll pay now, but I mightn't actually maybe use all. You've got to make that decision, and you can't because you don't know what all these things are worth.
Right. Do you get your name on the wall at the BQ offices?
Doesn't matter. You've got to do. I do sign up like
That would be a
to some of
legitimate
the
benefit. Like they
things.
put your name
Yeah,
in the entrance. When you walk in, they put a plaque with your name. That'd
yeah.
be pretty cool.
But
Dr. Bob's Nightmare, $10 super chat. BQ blacklisted Red Shovel from their watch events. No mercy, Tim. Red Shovel, sweep the leg.
no,
No, no.
all that's over now. But no, it's a bit like to give you something else. Even even one of the some of the credit cards. Let's say
Here. We could do this. We could do a direct comparison. Here, I'll pull up American Express. Here's a great example. Okay, we'll go to American Express. Here's a gold card. It costs $325. That's US. So that's literally comparable, right? You 350 US, 325 US is 250 pounds. Okay, for this, what are the benefits? Okay, so here's you get 4 points at the restaurants. Okay, 4 points at supermarkets, and 3 points for flights booked over there. So this is cash back. So you basically get 4% back.
You can sort of work out a rough sort of figure based on what the points are worth.
Yes.
You can sort of do that. For instance, like where it says
You get
there,
$120 in Uber cash, right? You get $10 every month added to your Uber. Okay, you also get $7 every month on your Dunkin' Donuts card.
Okay.
So right there, that's $200 right there. I love Dunkin' Donuts.
That's what I would call real world comparable. So if you think, or even if you don't use it, you can go, oh, well, that is $84 Dunkin' Donut credit. Even if you don't even use it, it's still implanted in your mind that for signing up to this, I'm going to get $84 worth of Dunkin' Donuts. You might never even fucking use the Dunkin' Donuts credit.
I use it. Trust me. I use it all the time.
Yeah. If you're smart, you use all the benefits, but there's lots of people that sign up for Amex and all sorts of other schemes here that they never use all the benefits. But the marketing genius is that they pull you in by presenting you with a monetary value that that in your mind exceeds the actual membership fee.
Yes.
I have to say that when I look at the BQ list, I'm not seeing £250 worth of value there, so I wouldn't sign up.
Hey, look at this. So basically, check this out. So this is what you get with the American Express. You get 4% cash back, right, on restaurants and U.S. supermarkets in U.S. and 3 points for flights. You get $200 basically cash if you use Uber, which I use Uber, and Dunkin' Donuts, which I drink Dunkin' Donuts. And also, look at this. There's a welcome bonus. So if in the first 6 months, if you spend $6,000, you get 90,000 points. Okay, now 90,000 points, that's $900 actually value. Okay, for those who don't understand,
it couldn't be $900. It couldn't be $900. It couldn't be $900. It's probably more like $90, isn't it? No, 900.
No. It's 900.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh no.
But you have to spend 6,000.
Oh, 90,000.
Yeah, 90,000. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, well, yes. Well, yeah. Yeah, well, it's worth quite a lot. Actually.
Yeah. So basically, you get 900.
You're looking down that list. And you're seeing what what real world monetary value could apply to
Yeah.
you based on the membership fee, and you'll make a decision based on that list and based on what you think you're going to save, and you look at the membership fee and go, oh, actually, if I have this card and if I pay the membership fee, I'm actually going to be better off. I'm going to be better
Well,
off.
in
When I
fact,
look at
in fact, yes, exactly. Red Shovel, and actually, Red Shovel is 100% right here. So this is what happens. Actually, it would be really smart for those who never had an American Express Gold card ever in their life. Okay, because this welcome bonus is actually only once a lifetime. Okay, you can get the welcome bonus only once in your lifetime. So the smart thing. So if you do the math, right, 300, you pay $325 to sign up for the card, right? Then, if you shop at restaurants and U.S. supermarkets, you're going to be getting 4 points instead of 1 point. You're going to get a lot of money back from that. But let's just exclude this from this math calculation. Okay, if you use Uber once a month, and if you buy Dunkin' Donuts once a month, then you're getting out of your 325 that you pay upfront, you get $204 back, okay, in Uber and Dunkin' Donuts. So you're already, it wasn't 300, it's $121. And then get this, in the first 6 months, if you go to restaurants, you will actually get 20% back, up to $100. So that's another $100 that you will get back if you go to a restaurant. Okay? And so basically you have to spend $500 at restaurants to get $100 back. So if you go to a lot of restaurants, right, not only are you going to be getting 4 points for when you pay at restaurants, but you're also going to be getting 20% cash back up to 100. And if you spend in the first 6 months, if you spend $6,000, right, if you have a big trip planned and you manage to spend 6,000 in the first 6 months, you will get $900 in membership points. That's huge. But you only get this in the first year. Then this goes away. So on the year two, you're only getting the Uber and you're getting only the Dunkin' Donuts and these points. So maybe then you could reconsider. You could cancel the card or maybe change to a different one if the math no longer benefits you. But this is how you would go about, making a decision like this. When do you sign up for
yeah,
a
and this is
rewards club?
and you've just spoke for 2 minutes and you've went through everything that people would normally go through in their heads when they're looking down, a list of stuff like that and going, will I actually earn, will I actually save money
Hmm.
like from this? And you have
Hmm.
demonstrated now that there will be some people who will sign up for the card and will never, they mightn't spend enough money on it, they mightn't do it,
Yes.
it might just be a win-win-win for American Express, or
Yes.
you'll get people like you that will literally suck the bollocks of it to get as much as they
Yes.
can
Oh
out of
yeah.
it.
I
But that's
suck
it.
the
But
juices.
in
Every
order to get the
last dollar.
customer, yes. But in order to get the customer, there has to be some sort of monetary value that they can make a comparison to. And on that beak, go back to the BQ thing.
Here's
There
Mickey.
simply isn't. For me, there isn't. What I would, right, if it was me doing this, what I would have is, you generally speaking need to have maybe one or two sort of headline things that immediately grab you in. So in terms of the sort of preferential rates on buying and selling, what I would do there is that I would advertise that if you were going to maybe consign your watch instead of, I don't know what they're, I think B&Q charge something like maybe a 15% on some things, right? I would have that. We will charge you 7.5%. Have something that that you can compare. Or if you spend £10,000, we will give you an automatic £1,000 off the watch, something, or we have tied, or we've done a deal with an insurance company, TH March, and you will get an immediate £100 off your policy, right? That is those are real things that you can compare to, whereas this here,
But they're doing the
20%.
opposite. In fact, they're doing the opposite. This, in my opinion, the first line says preferential rates on buying and selling. This is a huge, actually, turnoff for people who
What
are
does that
not signed
mean?
up. Because
What's that mean?
no,
What's that
you
mean?
know what that means? It means if you don't pay $250 per year, then you're not gonna get a good rate. We're gonna screw you over.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's how
I
people
personally
interpret.
wouldn't
It's a
have.
turnoff. It's an
I personally
immediate
would have it.
turnoff.
There's nothing wrong, you see, if they have on their website, a consignment rate. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's 10%. Maybe it's 15%. That's fine if you have
Yes.
that published on your website. And then if you have a club like this where you pay for and you say, we're going to give you half that rate. Well, that's good, because the
Yes.
person going, well, actually, if I actually pay to sign up here for a year, I'm actually going to get this rate for half, and
Yes.
that's the reason then, like, to sign
If
up.
if
But
somebody wants to sell 5 watches, they
yeah,
will sign up for this to
yeah,
get preferential treatment,
yeah,
preferential rates, and then they might also think, oh, you know what? Might as well do some polishing. Let me
yeah.
repair this thing
That's
while I'm.
that's the thing.
But
This is not thought through. This to me is
but if
not.
somebody is
There's so many
buying
good
and
things about
they
TT.
turn this on, my thinking is when I turn this on, I look at the preferential rates on buying and selling. Basically, someone it's almost like a negative in a way, because it
Yeah.
discourages people from doing business with them, because if somebody is not signed up, they know they're not going to get a preferential rate. They're going to be losing, and they might say, you know
You know
what,
what's going
I
to
don't even
happen?
want to deal with this.
Everyone that's phoning up now is going to go, right. Okay, okay, I'm buying or selling or whatever. And one of the first things that I would mention, oh, by the way, I'm not a member of your club, but I would still like the preferential rate that you give to people.
Right.
Otherwise, we'll
Because
deal with you.
without
And
this program, without the rewards club, everyone gets a preferential treatment. But now
yeah,
there's like 2 tiers. They separate it
yeah,
into, they have the VIPs, the people who are paying extra
yeah.
fee, and then there's, the broke boys.
And
Then
there's nothing
they're
wrong with
like the
that.
second
And
class
there's
citizen.
nothing wrong with that, as
There's
long as
nothing
you
wrong
make
with
it
it, but
clear. As long as you make it clear what the standard rate is
what the
vis-a-vis
value
the,
is. What is the
yes,
value
the
of this
value is.
membership? Yes.
And if people can see the value, well, see, for instance, if I was selling maybe, say, like 3 or 4 watches, and I was going to BQ, and I
Yes.
was going, yeah. So if I'm selling maybe 3 watches that are going to total maybe 30 grand, it's probably worthwhile me paying, the 250 just to get the preferential rate. That's how you get
Right.
members. That's how you get people to say,
Right.
and that's how, as soon as you get people signed up for some shit too, people are very lax in getting rid of it then, especially if there's other things that there maybe, that they get to sit, all these things are, you get someone in for the primary reason, and they might use the primary reason, but then they get sort of hooked on the secondary and even the sort of like third or fourth reasons, and then they don't want to give them up after the year passes. They've maybe used the insurance service that you've offered as well, and you're getting maybe like 100 quid off or something. You don't want to give that up, so you keep on, so it rolls over. So the next year you pay the 250 again, and then the next year you pay the other 250, and then that's you on the subscription cycle. This here, I wouldn't sign up at the minute.
Exactly. Look, for example, let me show you something. Okay, when you look at the American Express Gold Card, right? when you go down this list, you see, okay, how much this costs? 325. Okay, if you use Uber once a month, and if you buy Dunkin' Donuts, and if you go to restaurants, the card is basically free, and it actually gives you back $900 in points if you spend 6,000 in 6 months. So in your head, if you make the calculation like, oh, this is going to be a busy 6 months for me. I'm going to be doing a lot of spending. If you spend 6,000. So basically, if you use Uber, if you do Dunkin' Donuts, and if you do restaurants, if you do those three things, then basically the card is free, and you get 900 as a gift, $900 as a gift from American Express. Plus, you get 4 points on all of your kind of shopping, if you do shopping, supermarkets and restaurants. So it's like you get a card that's free but upgraded. If you just have a regular card that gives you 1% point, one point. So that's the way this type of calculation works out. And it's very easy for somebody to do the math and calculate the value. What Red Shovel is
Yeah.
saying, this is too arbitrary. The values are meaningless. Professional rates on buying and selling means nothing. It should have been like, hey, consignment rates are, you know, instead of being 10%, they're 8% or 7% on your
Something.
consigned watch.
You've got to have a couple of hooks. You've got to have a couple of really
Yeah.
good hooks to put. Even something like, I don't know, even giving you something free.
Yes.
Like for the two. Like a Bark and Jack strap. Let's say, do a deal with Bark and
Right.
Jack and say, right, we're going to get people to sign up, and we're going to give one of their straps, and then also as a secondary thing, we'll give members 30% off any additional straps in as well. Something really meaty, right? That will pull
Yes.
people in. That's what you want. And your key is to keep them signed up year on year.
I would
drag
give
them
3 vouchers for drinks at the BQ headquarters. If you visit BQ, you get 3 vouchers for 3 drinks per year.
Yeah.
With your membership, right? That way, when there's an event at the BQ, you can come in with your 3 vouchers, right? At least you got 3 drinks. That's pretty good, right?
Stuff like that.
They could charge for that. Yeah. You could the whole insurance valuation, they should take that off. It's meaningless. 20% off polishing, free polish, 1 free polish per year.
Yeah, you could do it. It's just that at the minute it just doesn't entice anyone. Like 20% off polish. What does that mean? How much does the polish cost? 15% off repairs and servicing. What does the repair or service cost? It's meaningless.
And the benefits used to be better. Red, believe it or not, the benefits actually got worse because look, this was their previous advertisement. See here, in the past, they used to give even more benefits. Look, they used to sign the digital watch vault registration. They used to do that for you for free, but I guess they figured out that it takes so much time. Kaylee wouldn't have time to do anything else. She would be just inputting people's watches into digital watch vault day and night. It's just me. Just sitting there at the computer, putting all the numbers, uploading all the pictures. Plus, I don't think the digital watch vault even exists anymore. And look, they dropped 5 watch registered checks. Used to be, you get the 5 registered checks. You don't get that anymore.
No.
60-day safety deposit, you still get that, and 15% off on in-house service and repairs. There's 2 benefits have been lost, yet the price of the membership stays the same.
Have you noticed too that on the recent advertisement that the existing customers for £75 a year doesn't seem to be advertised anymore either.
Oh yeah, you existing customers don't get the preferential treatment anymore.
Yeah, it's just the box not too far. It's actually, it's one of these things where it's actually quite a good idea, but it's been executed rather poorly, which is surprising, like the BQ, because they generally speaking get most things right. But here, for me anyway, that's not a runner.
Yeah, I love BQ watches, but I don't know. They're not really. It's this
No,
whole,
this
I
is
don't know.
not.
I don't get this marketing strategy.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it 100% in that there's nothing wrong with offering some sort of a rewards club or or special members thing, but the rewards for the customer have to be presented in a certain way. Otherwise, nobody's going to sign up to it.
How's the Strat says, does the Watch Guy London ever produce YouTube content anymore? Okay, this was okay. Red, I gotta be honest. This was a disaster. We met Spencer at Geneva, right? And they actually made a video. They have a full-time videographer on staff at the working for them. We met the guy. I shook his hand. He's a great looking guy.
This is
Looks like
Dan.
he's really
This is
fit,
Dan.
really healthy. Huh?
This is the guy called Dan. Dan.
Was that his name? Dan?
I think it's Dan. Yeah, I think so.
You think it was
I
Dan?
think it's Kelly said. I think it's what Kelly told me. Yeah.
It's how does Kaylee know?
Well, I think she knows his name. He was
Oh,
there.
okay
He
then.
was there that day. He was across the road when we were sort of like meeting with Kelly and Spencer. He was across the road.
But so he was there, right? And out of Geneva, they were there for I think just as long as we were. And all they done is a 4 minute and 30-second video. Are you kidding me?
Is that
And
it?
it's
I haven't seen
basically
any. I haven't seen any because I'm still technically banned. You see, my Instagram and all is still banned from the BQ stuff, so I
oh
didn't see any of
no.
it.
Well, there's not much to see, unfortunately. They captured
We
like
see
2 seconds of
this is
B-roll.
the
What
Beau
the heck was
Rivage. This is the
Dan
Beau
doing?
Rivage.
My question. Huh?
This isn't the Beau Rivage, is it not?
Yeah, I think so. It's somewhere, Bourgeois, or I don't know where this is, but they got like two
This,
minutes
this.
of B-roll. Spencer tried on a few watches, but this video is 4 minutes short. 4 minutes. That's it. Look, they got few shots at the Beau Rivage. There's a panning shot there, and that's it. They went
Where's
to H. Moser, and look, like, and that's it. That's the end. Look, that's the end of the video.
where's Gavin these days? Does he not do any of the videos for him or do any editing anymore, or is it just this?
Gavin was so much better. You know what? I take everything back. If I ever said anything, I don't think I ever said anything about Gavin. I love Gavin, but just in case,
I
if I ever said anything about his video style, I want to
I can never
apologize.
argue about his video style. I think he's a very.
Gavin was way better.
The Gavin's very professional in terms of videos, in terms of presenting. We might.
Yes.
I don't know if we've always seen eye to eye about all this stuff, but there was, in terms of his videos, in terms of presenting, he's like he was hard to fault.
Like, look at these videos that Gavin made in Vegas 2 years ago. Look at they were 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and another day 3, 20 minutes. He made Actually, the day 4, another video for 30 minutes here. Look, Gavin was kicking ass, man.
Yeah, these
Gavin
were
was
good videos. I
pumping the
watched these videos.
content.
These were good videos. These were good
Oh, I
videos.
love this video, like with Nico Leonard on this motorcycle, because Nico looks extra fat in this shot.
I've I've
My
crashed my
God.
Ferrari, so I've crashed it into a barrier, so I have the Ferrari. I'm I'm gonna sue Ferrari, so I am, because they wrecked my gumball.
By the way, this is my friend Chris from Vegas. This is the first guy that got ripped off by the Wizard, by the way.
Yeah, I was just about to say this looks like as if they're on a mission to find the wizards. Look
Yeah, find the Wizard.
at
Yeah,
those
it's
teeth!
very.
Look at those teeth! Turkey teeth, if I've ever seen them. Jeez.
Oh my God, look at that kickback. It almost not. Look, man, look how skinny. Forpy's legs are. I didn't realize it. Man, the gun, the kickback on the shotgun almost knocked him out. Watch this. Man, look at the skinny jeans. How is he so skinny? Man, look at it.
It's all the
Jeez.
guilt. It's all the guilt.
So the guilt. This was great. Gavin, come back. Gavin was great.
That
Like
was good.
in retrospect, the quality. I really don't like these green thumbnails. They're awful. These green thumbnails. It's just they're vomit
Looks like a
green. They
lot.
look horrible. These are
Nah, dude.
horrible. Look at Gavin. Like Gavin before, look at these Vegas sponsored by Zero West. That was great. Look at this stuff. The good old days. I should and the live streams. Man, the live
They were the
streams.
good. They were the good old days.
Oh, the good old days.
It's got so complicated now. It's got so complicated now.
Look at this. The 6 months ago. They made the last episode and then they came back for one episode after that which guy UK was knocked out. UK. Yeah, it was a good time. The Dubai, look at this. It's wristwatch chaos in Dubai. This was so much
When's
fun.
Dubai on again? When's Dubai on again, Tim? When is
In
Dubai?
2
Is it
years.
2025? In 2025?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I need to get that.
Remember this?
Oh my! Look at this shade. What's the word?
Amazing. Oh, he was wearing the Daytona, rose gold Daytona on the rubber strap.
My God.
Yeah, this was the good old days.
Those are the days and everyone was friends. It was all
Yeah.
good. We were all going out. Janilda was gorgeous. Yeah.
Gavin was great. Spencer was still, still really kind. It's hard. Things have changed. The watch market. I blame the watch market. It has tanked. And that's why it's all fucked now.
See, just at that point,
People are looking for.
Ocean actually hated me then, so he actually hated me back
He
then.
did? Oh yeah, he did. Oh my God, he hated you so much. When I was in Vegas, he was like, "Yeah, make Red Shovel useful. Make him go do something there." I needed to get something done. And he's like, "Yeah, get Red Shovel to do it. Make himself useful."
Make himself useful. Make himself useful. Oh my God, it's so funny back then. It's so funny.
The good old days. Herbinator says, "Used to love the show. It's toxic now." Yeah, I know. What has happened? What happened? Where did it all go wrong? I guess it was the Wizard, right? When the Wizard deal fell through. Yeah. I think it was It was
It's
the
basically the
Wizard
watch
deal.
market. It was basically the watch market was the overall thing, as you say.
But
And
the watch
the
market was
watch,
fake. It was all a
yeah,
house of
the watch
cards.
market
It
was
was
the,
illusions.
if the watch market had kept going like that, the Wizards still would have been okay. But it was the fact that the watch market went like that. That's what ultimately exposed the Wizard. That's what exposed the
No,
Wizard.
no, 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 no. Even when the watch market was doing fantastic, the Wizard was not. Wizard was taking money and not delivering the watches.
Yeah,
He
but
was
he
a
was getting
scammer.
away with because but he was still in a way getting away because he couldn't lose. No one could lose then because if they were buying watches at and 2 weeks later it was worth more money, it was hard to actually scam anyone. You know, like it was. But as soon as the market turns then and things start going down, well then you're fucked. If you're not above board, you have fucked people then. And that's what exposed the Wizard ultimately, was that the market took a turn.
Well, no,
I'm
I
not
think
saying
the
that.
Wizard was a scammer, and he was a scammer, and he was slow. Maybe the scam was to slow roll people and pay them out eventually when he becomes a millionaire, and he could just, he thought he was going to take $150,000 from Chris, multiply it tenfold,
Yeah,
use that money as seed money to
yeah,
turn around
yeah,
100
yeah. But
times.
that's easy to do. That's easy to do in a rising market, or if the market's stable. You take somebody else's money, you try and play with, and then you eventually pay them back. But if the market just goes like that on you, all of a sudden, then whatever you've invested in, after you've taken their money is down, you don't have money to pay them back, and then
But
it
the
all
Wizard
falls
didn't
apart.
invest into anything. He just kept the money. He figured, you know what, this market is
He
not going to
probably
last.
he probably did buy other stuff. He might have kept some money, but he probably did buy other stuff at all time. That's what I think that some of the watch dealers were up to, like, as well, because they were maybe selling your watch. Let's say it was 10 grand, your watch, right, on consignment, and they get the 10 grand instead of just basically sending you that 10 grand like straight away. What they were doing was they were taking that 10 grand and they were buying all this shit with it, right? They were trying to buy
Yes.
another watch or another two watches and try and make maybe another 1 or 2 grand, even, let's say, on that 10 grand, and hopefully then getting that deal in, making another two as well as what they were charging you on commission, and then sending you then the 10 grand. And then on it, that's all fine, even when the market's level and stable, or and even more so like when it's rising. But as soon as that falls, you're fucked, because you've taken money that doesn't belong to you. You've invested it. That investment's went down, which means that your investor as such, which is the per cunt who is entrusted his watch to you, all of a sudden is not getting his money now, or is getting less. And because it's less, you generally speaking don't send it to him, and then you're fucked. And that's what happens. And that's what
It's
happens.
actually even worse than you're describing, because I watched one of the Timepiece Gentleman's secret tutorial videos. It's one of those, a college course that you had to pay $1,000. Yeah, he was doing education, all right. And then one of these courses, get this, Timepiece Gentleman, he was telling a story. He took a Daytona from a guy, and he said he's going to sell it for 32,000. Okay, he said, I take it from him, I'm going to sell it for 32,000. But he had a guy who was willing to buy it for 30 right there and then. So he sold it for 30 because he knew that he wouldn't be able to sell it for 32. But selling it for 30, he knew once he had the 30,000, he knew he could slow roll the guy for 6 months. Okay. So what he does, he takes the watch, he says, I'll sell it for 32. He sells it for 30, and then uses the 30,000 to do other flips, flipping watches that are more profitable, to try and make up the 32. So in the 6 months, he takes the 30, he takes the watch, he promises 32, he sells it for 30. uses the money to do like 100 other deals, and then pays back the guy in 6 months. He pays him back 32,000 that he, but he used the 30,000 to turn money, because that's like a 0%
And this is exactly why we have
loan.
things like escrow.
Yeah.
It's to stop nonsense like that. But unfortunately, that's what the watch world was doing.
Yes.
That's why.
And that's what this is literally what the academy was about. Because Timepiece Gender was like, you don't need money to start making to start flipping watches. You don't need to take the loans. Yeah, you just take a watch on consignment. Any watch. It could be any watch. You could take. He was like, you could take any watch on consignment. Okay, and and make a promise any amount to the guy. Let's say you take some fucking Louis Erard. No, not the Louis Erard, because those are a little bit cheaper. But you take some Louis Monet, like a really, these watches are super expensive. They're hard to move. And you say, yeah, I'll sell it for 50, right? But you sell it for 30, right? And then now you got cash to play with, and you could use the 30,000 to start buying and selling Submariners, Batmans, Batgirls, and hopefully making 2,000 to 3,000.
And all that's fine in a level or indeed rising market, but as soon as the market turns and starts to go, you're fucked. And
But that business model doesn't work anymore.
That's what happened to all these guys, because they were literally playing with other people's money. It's easy to spend other people's money. Easy.
Oh yeah.
So easy.
It's the easiest thing in the world. Spending other people's money. No, there's nothing easier out there.
Which is why I still wouldn't do any consignment stuff. Even I don't even care who it's with now. I still don't want to do it. Because you just don't know, what's going on in certain people's. You can do so much due diligence, but I just wouldn't be comfortable sending anyone even like a watch like a $5,000 now and saying
honestly, I wouldn't be sending my watch to Pride and Pinion even, because Nico, he's not focused on watches anymore. He's doing some bullshit cars, right? It's not. Yeah, Nico.
If you're talking about Nico, I think that Nico, I sort of wonder now how much Nico is actually involved, with the day-to-day running out of Pride. I think there's a lot of other people, very good people, who are involved in running it. But so that Nico's involved. Nico's on another. He's on another sort of level now. Do you know that the entry to the Gumball rally that he's just that he's just been in, the entry fee alone was £60,000.
Holy shit! Where did he get that kind of money?
Just to take part in it was £60,000. Just your entry fee, nothing else. Entry fee was £60,000. There's a really good video now. I can't really stand the guy in many ways, but there's one. There's a video by a chap called Mark McCann, who is some sort of he's like a racing driver. I think his father left him some money in his will, even admits that. And he's got a few. He went through what it cost him to take part in the Gumball, and even sort of bringing a support vehicle and and a couple of people cost well in excess of £100,000 just to do the Gumball. And there was a video too of Shmee 150, one of the very famous sort of car YouTubers, who even admits to Mark McCann that doing the Gumball is a lost leader. He doesn't make any money from it, even from his YouTube videos. And Shmee would have way more viewers, than Nico would. So
yes,
it is costing Nick, even though he's doing some, my Ferrari's broken videos on YouTube
Mm.
regarding the gumball. He's not making back that money, so it's costing him
And the
a lot.
Ferrari, that costs a lot of money too. Like you can't just crash a Ferrari.
Yeah, well, it's broke. It's
Uh,
fucking broke anyway. It's fucked apparently. It's fucked, you know, completely. And plus, he crashed it into a barrier there too, like so he did. So
Jesus.
in his sort of third video there, so it's cost him. I'd say the time he pays for the staff that he's brought, the people doing the video, it's costing over 100 grand just to do that, rally.
Honestly, the cost to do these this car stuff is so insane. I mean, those
Even to
YouTubers
send the
get
car.
yeah.
They had to send the car. I think it's to somewhere near like Thailand. He had to ship that Ferrari from here to Thailand. So that's
Jeez.
about like 16 grand alone. That's like 16 grand alone. Just to transport the car on a container ship. So it's
I don't
mega
know.
money just to do the trip.
And he goes from there's these videos that get 20,000 views, and then some they get more. But like to do these car stuff, I mean, those DDE guys, they get millions of views. Like you can't be racing Ferraris and Porsches on
I
200K
don't know. I
views.
don't know what people think in the chat, but his videos there. I honestly think, and maybe I'm wrong. I think that the DDE guys and that other people that are on the rally, to be honest with you, looked a little tired of Nico and looked a little couldn't be bothered anymore with the drama that he brings along to certain things. That's just my opinion. I think they've
Yeah.
tired of it. Yeah. I think they're there for have a good time and not to moan about a certain car brand and to threaten to sue people and that this is the
Yeah, he's
be
getting
all.
sued, right? There's a big lawsuit that's coming after him.
I I know that he has that car and I know that it has went wrong for him a big style in a certain fashion, but I wouldn't want to be sort of sticking the boot into Ferrari and maybe even sort of more sort of locally here. There's a car dealership here called Charles Hurst, which is owned by a big sort of UK brand called Lookers. I wouldn't want to
Hmm.
be sort of maybe sticking the boot into like those people just as much. Maybe just wouldn't want to be
You
doing it.
know, all of this stuff is just like it's not work. All his videos is just like it's from bad to worse. It won't start. This all his the other guys, they're like, this is how I made my car 10 times more powerful. And Nico's like, oh, nothing is working.
Uh,
It's all breaking down on me. I don't know what I'm
he's getting
doing.
used. He's getting used, but this is the thing. I think he's on a high right now. Oh, right. I think he's on high nothing, right? I believe him, right? Okay, if you believe Nico, right, and I'll give him the benefit of, the doubt here, right? He picked up that car. That car cost something nearly £500,000, right? Nearly 500,000,
Yeah.
right? He claims, and I'm going to believe him. I actually
Mhm.
believe him, right? That in 3 days after he picked it up, he started to get some problems with it in terms of error messages, right? What I personally wouldn't have fucking done, right, is take it to some fucking exhaust place and get the cock ripped out of it, right, and get some sort of
Yeah.
exhaust put into it, and then all this, right, and then when there's more problems, then start blame Ferrari about it. I would
Yeah.
have made sure 100% that all the problems at the start with the car were gone before I took it somewhere else to get the cock ripped out of it and to get some exhaust system and computer update put onto it, right? So I have very limited sympathy for him when it comes to the whole Ferrari, and I have cancelled your warranty thing. That's just it. I personally wouldn't take, if I had a car like that, I wouldn't take it to someone to rip the exhaust off and just to get a louder exhaust put onto it. I would just be very happy with the car that I have, and knowing it's different if you're a billionaire like or something, and you can
Yes.
afford to rip the cock out of it and put stuff on, and if it goes wrong, and if it costs 100 grand to put it right, that's different, right? But
Yeah.
if you're relying still on the warranty that Ferrari give you, I would
Jesus.
not rip the thing apart, especially if there had been previous issues that hadn't been resolved yet. I'd made 100% fucking sure that the car was working 100% before I took it to some third party and said, "Here, rip the fucking factory exhaust out of that cunt and put that in it."
This is gonna be a TPG 2.0 situation.
What do you see?
MS this is that Nico makes better videos than you do.
Better videos than you do. Tend to be jealous of successful people. I wish Nico all the success in the world. I am very happy for him. I'm very happy that it's Ferrari. I would not have ripped the cock out of my £500,000 Ferrari to put another exhaust onto it, especially when I had that car on finance. It's different. It's different if you're a billionaire or something and you're just throwing £500,000 at something and you don't give a fuck about it. But
Yeah.
he has a monthly payment like for this car. He has a monthly payment
Yeah.
for that car. It's on finance, and I just don't know now. The car doesn't work as such. If you watch his videos, it's flashing up messages all the time. This is broken, that's broken, it's fucked. There's no power steering, it's fucked. The brakes are fucked.
Yeah, great content. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm not struggling with some busted Ferrari that I'm trying to get the Ferrari to cover the warranty because I can't actually afford the repairs. Oh, I'm so jealous, man. This is really like what am I? Tim hates anyone who is more successful than him. Not hating anyone. Oh,
No,
what?
not hate. No, I love to see people like doing well. Right? I love the
Yeah.
guy that. Did you see that video where Nico goes to pick up his Ferrari from Charles Hurst? Right. I think that's a brilliant video. I think because that's what it showed to me here. There's someone
Yes.
who is doing well, has ordered the car that he wants, and he was actually very honest that day as well because he didn't try and make out that he was putting down 500 grand all at once. He put down 100 grand and the rest of it's on finance. So he was being honest. But
Yeah.
what I don't like is that
Yeah.
he's
What should we do with the car that's on finance? Let's tear it
Well,
up.
you
Let's
see,
put this
this is the thing.
unapproved
This is the thing.
exhaust that's super
Do you
loud
see
just
on a
to
normal
annoy the
car?
neighbors.
Do you see if that had happened on a normal car, right? And your car was flashing like fucking mad, and it had already been down to Charles Hurst, which is the dealership, like for 3 months, and all the rest of it. On a finance deal, you could actually just hand the fucking thing back and say, "I don't want it no more." Like it's fucked. It's fucked. I don't want it. But the fact that Ferrari have voided the warranty makes it a little bit more complicated now. That's the thing.
Ooh.
So I don't know what is
Like
I don't know
all
what is
he
it
had to do is just drive the car, not fuck it up. I mean, why did he need to fuck it up? Is it just because of is this how he gets
I
attention?
think
This
it's just
is the shtick.
I think it was maybe
He's spending more money than he's making out of this. This is the thing. What MSI doesn't understand is that he's not breaking. I don't think he's breaking even here. Mathematically, this doesn't make any sense. All these videos, I mean, this cost a fortune. to edit all of this stuff, maintain the car, and honestly, he's not even getting that great of views.
Like, like I know,
And,
like
like,
I was, I was with
what is the
Nico.
benefit of these videos? What's so great about
I
this? This is
I
like
don't know. I was
the Kardashians.
it was he tried to rip a Greek guy.
Uh,
What the
he
fuck?
tried to rip a Greek guy for a $10 shirt. Rip a Greek guy, more like I got ripped off by a bunch of Greek
Back in a
guys
minute.
on, Mykonos Island. More like I got ripped off, man. That whole island is a tourist trap. I got destroyed. We got scammed so much. Seriously, like that. The whole island. Don't buy anything from the restaurants. You have to go on the outskirts of the island. It wasn't until look, orange juice over here in Athens is $1, €1 50 cents. Orange juice on Mykonos is like 6 to 7 euros. That's th- what what's more, it's 5 times, 4 to 5 times more expensive. Yeah. Red does look much lighter. Listen, the only reason we're talking about Nico is because he's Red Shovel's neighbor. I couldn't care less about the fucking guy, you know. If Nico Leonard wasn't Red Shovel's neighbor, this wouldn't be even the point of conversation. Was I talking about Nico Leonard until Red Shovel showed up? No, I don't care.
No.
I couldn't care less. I mean, the guy in like just the dude is just running a super reckless YouTube channel, and eventually something horrible is gonna happen. He's gonna keep pushing this. Gonna get into a terrible car accident,
When
and it's all gonna go bust. And
Nico's
all these
good.
guys who are saying I'm hating. This is not just content. YouTube
No,
is not
it's
just
not hate.
content.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's not
hating.
hate. I
When
mean, it's just
Nico's actually
commentary.
good. When Nico's
Nico
good
called me
and his
dick.
commenter.
Nico said that I sucked Type's gentleman's dick. It was Nico hating on me. I mean, come on. Are you serious? What is MSI is fucking defending? What Nico Leonard needs defending? He's such a snowflake. He needs some dude on the channel that's 60 people watching to come in his defense. Wow, MSI Deeks is a knight in the shining armor defending Nico. Good job, man. Jeez,
Mm.
ridiculous, man. Couldn't care less but bring him up. Yeah, just now. Oh, you got a what? You got a glass there? I wish I had something. I had my champagne, but yeah,
Oh
sorry, Red. You were saying?
no, no. I think we'll just forget about Nico now. Here, there's one thing that I want to talk about, right? And it was
Hmm.
mentioned in a few of the other groups. There was a watch event there last night. For
What?
yeah, for pneumatic watches in Belfast, and
Oh shit! Really?
it was actually held on the actual pneumatic boat, which was the tender ship for the actual Titanic. Right now, I didn't get an invite. I think my invite must have been lost in the post.
Oh no! Oh no! Your
But
invite was lost in the mail.
yeah, I lost in the post. Yeah,
Oh
Gary.
no!
Yeah, so the Gary from here maybe thought it was due to the fact that me and maybe Mark last time, when Pneumatic hailed the red bar, that sort of me and him, like, we drunk all the wine, and I mean we drunk all the fucking wine, even the spur stuff. But anyway,
Well, nobody else was gonna
anyway,
drink it, so at least.
nobody. Yeah, we just drunk it all. Yeah, even the spur stuff in the staff fridge, we drunk that. But no, no. If you go to their website, right?
Hmm.
Yes, this is their new
Ooh,
GMT watch. Right, this is their new
pretty
GMT watch
clean.
that they launched yesterday,
Wow.
and I, I, I have, I have. I have an opinion on it, and it's to do with the price, right?
Ooh,
I'm
200 pounds.
or sorry,
Wow.
it's about $2,000 there, which is equivalent to about £1,600, right? Now, even
Wow.
on sort of during the live launch, I did tune in for a bit, and they were having a bit of fucking like sort of sound issues, so it was a wee bit hard to
Mhm.
follow. But Tane Tickers was actually in the chat at the time, and he did make
Whoa!
yeah, even and he actually did make a very valid comment in that the equivalent Christian Ward watch, so the GMT, is about
Oh,
£500 less than this. So,
shit.
so I, it pains me to
Ouch.
say
T
that
and Tickers was right about something.
I actually think he's
Ouch.
right here. This is maybe 500 quid too much. I
Whoa.
think.
Well, how are they justifying the price? Did they explain themselves? Or nobody
Not
asked?
really because not really because if you look at their other watches, the other one, the Marora or whatever it's called, which is like their dive watch, is £1,000, and it's nearly as if you're paying sort of like £500 more for this sort of like GMT movement, which doesn't really make much sense because there is another
Oh,
local
here we
company.
go.
So, yeah,
Oh shit, 1,500 euros.
yeah,
Looks identical too, because it's got the same Jubilee bracelet.
yeah, yeah. You see, this is the thing. You see,
Ah,
this is where I fear the Tea and Tickers might be, like might have a point
it might be
here.
onto something. Tin
Yeah.
Tickers might be right about something for once. This is
See, I think this should be
whoa.
about. I think this should be,
Uh-huh.
in terms of pounds, 10.95. No more than
Mhm.
that. It feels a lot. It feels a big markup for a GMT movement and a Jubilee bracelet.
Yes.
Basically, that's what it feels like. If you look at
Hmm.
their other watches, that they sell, um, which is very similar quality. This extra price
Oh, it's got
doesn't
the
seem.
same movement. Oh shit.
Yep.
SW 330.
Yep.
The same movement, guys.
Hmm.
Both got the ceramic bezels. Um, loom, the loom on both. In fact, and the Christopher Ward. Oh, you know what? Let's do a side by side. I think this warrants a side by side. Oh wait, I can't do side by side because I'm not on
No,
the
you're not on
wrong
the.
computer. Sorry about that, guys. Can't do side by side. Sorry. No side by side. Should I do a poll? Let's do a poll.
Well, what's the poll? No,
Let's do a
hold on.
poll,
No,
guys.
no, hold on. No, it's
No?
not which one do you prefer. It's do you think the pneumatic is overpriced compared to.
Oh, that's the poll? Oh, okay, okay,
That's
okay,
the
yeah.
problem. Because and it's not and people in other groups have said, "Oh, you're pissed off because no one invited you down to the boat." It's not that. It's not that. I don't give a fuck. It's just that I genuinely think that it's too expensive for what it is, and that they have built their reputation on selling watches that are around about the £1,000 mark, which are really good. And all of a sudden, they've pushed it now to 1,600 quid when you can get the same like thing from Christian Ward for £500 less. It just doesn't sit well with me.
Okay, the poll is live in the chat. Guys, I would really appreciate if everybody, all the viewers, could take a little second, a moment of your time to go into the chat and vote what do you think? Is the new Nomadic watch, which has the same movement. It's got almost identical bracelet. It's actually 1 millimeter bigger than the Christian Ward. And I don't know about the bracelet, but I know that the Christian Ward has a really good bracelet there. It's got the micro adjustment. I don't know about Nomadic, but probably they have a very similar technology there.
You know
So,
what?
hey,
I think why I'm so disappointed in this was that
mhm,
the last time I spoke to the founder here, the guy that owns Pneumatic Peter, and he was saying about the GMT. See, I was under the, and I would have been a barrack for this. I was under the impression that it was probably going to be in and around, the same price as the current, like diver watches. Maybe a little bit of a premium on it, but not 500 quid. And that's another sort of like disappointment. And
mhm.
I personally think it's a mistake. I think it's pushing it. I think it's pushing the price out there just just too far.
It's
Maybe it'll
ridiculous,
be,
to be honest. It
maybe
should be a
it'll be a
thousand
big
pounds.
success.
It should be
I
a
don't know.
thousand
Maybe
pounds.
yes, but I think it should be 1100. 1095. The same as the diver. Not, it's to me, it's £500 too dear, and you suddenly start getting into the realms of when you sort of go too much above the £1,000 mark too. People start to think about second-hand shooter watches too much, and what they can
Right.
get them
This is
for.
a Black Bay 58 pricing right here. You can get a
Yeah, people
used Black Bay
start to think about
58.
second-hand shooter prices. People start to think about, what if I add a little bit more? Can I get a used shooter? That's what they start talking about. And
Hmm.
I always thought that a pneumatic were going to stick around that. That's at £1,000 mark for a brand new watch. Like the band experience. You know, it works. Like it got me to buy the Turaz model. I just think that once you push it that bit further, especially when there's so much, to compare to in terms of the Christian Ward or, or the Christopher Ward, I don't know. If Tane Tickers like is questioning it, other people like are going to question it. Red,
Right.
what was the watch wanted from Watchfinder? Oh,
Good
oh!
question.
If I said it, it sort of gives a lot away. It was actually a 36mm day date.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I'm glad to hear that because
It
I'm a
was,
huge fan.
to be honest with you, Travis, I am actually kicking myself that I didn't buy it. I think it was a 2007 day date. It was the
Nice.
6-digit reference, so it was the more sort of like modern one, that had the better
Oh,
clasp, and and the slightly bigger lugs, and it was a excellent condition piece, full set, and it was going at a price that I should have just went for, and I actually was, because I've been wearing the fucking shitter one here like for a while,
hey,
right?
wristwatch check. What's this?
I've been wearing the
What is
shitter
that?
one. That's
Is that a
that's the
36?
yeah, that's the
That looks
Pagani.
freaking brilliant,
I know, and
dude.
I've been so used to this size now, right?
Holy shit,
That
that
I
looks
went there the
so
other night,
freaking perfect.
and I sort of seen that it sold, and do you know the way you see sort of like, the way you see on some websites, you see a watch that you like and that you might want
Yeah.
to buy, and you sort of
Yeah.
have a look at it, and and then you maybe go back like a couple of days later or a week later or whatever, and it's sold, and you don't really care, right? You don't. You just go, "Ah, fuck, well, it's sold." This one
It's a
really ripped the
test
heart.
that you didn't really want it.
Yeah, yeah. This one actually ripped the heart out of me, and I went, "Fuck, I wish I'd have bought that."
Oh,
And you sort of go, "Oh fuck, no, no, no! I wish I'd have bought that." So I think that the next one that I see that is like that, I'm just going to buy it
you found it. You see, that
because
was the true
I've
test.
got so
Look at
used
it.
now.
It
I
looks
did the
perfect.
size. Well, I've just got so used and I did the size. And it's,
Red, I think
it
if you
takes you a
didn't
while
tell
to
the
get used to it.
viewers what size that was, if you said like, "Hey, guess was this a 40 or the
Yeah.
36 on the wrist?" I think a lot of people would say, "Oh, that looks like a
No, no,
40.
no.
It looks great on the wrist." That's a
It's just
36.
that I've been wearing it. I just wanted, a 36 watch, to wear, and I was out to dinner, I was out to dinner earlier there, right? And
Uh-huh.
I put the root beer on, and it suddenly looked, like not big, but like more in proportion.
Chunky. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked a bit chunky, and then
Yeah.
when I got back into the house, I put this back on, and I went,
Yeah.
actually, that's actually the comfortable size.
Yes, get the
It's
comfortable.
the comfortable
Like
size.
the comfortable size. That's the key
And
word right there. The comfort.
to be honest with you, I don't even care what people think anymore. I don't even I think no,
Who
I
cares? Who
don't
cares?
care. I don't
You
care.
just gotta wear what's comfortable. Like
But
if you buy a 40 because oh some people said oh that's the modern size that looks visually better to my eyes on you. But hey,
I
if
don't
it's
care.
not comfortable for you to wear it, then what is it? What does it matter? It's gonna be sitting in the box next to the AP that if you run the chronograph once, it's gonna break.
It's great.
So what?
Yeah.
Do you need another watch sitting in the safe collecting dust?
And I think and maybe it had to pass that test for me, which was if you let a certain watch go, and if it, I see watches all the time that I really like, and I would go, yes, it would be class to own that watch. It's for sale with Watch Finder or whatever, and you go, yeah, it'd be class to own that watch, and you sort of browse and like like at bedtime or such, and you go, oh, it's sold. You don't really care. You just, oh, it's sold. Somebody's enjoying it. But that particular one, sort of really, I went, fuck, I wish I'd have bought that. Really wish I'd have bought that. So
There you
that's
go,
where I
guys.
am at
It's
the minute.
settled.
That's where I am at
Red
the minute.
Shovel has found his calling. He found the watch that he true
But
the
I am actually
heart
looking. I
sings.
had a long conversation with, Jonga, Uncle
Yeah,
Jonga.
yeah, yeah. Jonga,
Who
great guy.
yeah, who sort of give me a few pointers towards the differences between the 5
He's a
reference
big guy. Uh-huh.
and the 6 reference, right? And all of the things that he said, when I looked into it, all of the things that he said make 100% sense in terms of, the watch for me. So I'm going to have to, even though it's much cheaper to get a 5 reference, it's probably better to get the 6-digit reference. And one in terms of how it wears, how it looks, how the clasp is, all that sort of stuff. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm sort of. I
You
just
want the
wish
watch to wear. You want the dated to wear. So it's best
yeah,
to get a modern piece. And that way you can bang it around. It can like collect your memories. You can have fun with it. You can wear it super loose. It's got the ceramic bearings inside the what's it called? The links that prevents the bracelet from stretching like the old bracelets used to stretch. So it's just built more modern. You're gonna have so much
it's
fun
just
with it.
it's so that's where I am at the minute there because it was just that when I nearly decided to go for it, and then when you sort of get there and you go, fuck, that one that I picked out is so. You sort of realize I should have just went for it.
Yeah.
Other watches
And
I've
listen,
seen
I
in the
mean
past.
the guys who are recommending the 40, they're not wrong. I mean, there's a
No,
watch for
they're
everyone, but
not wrong.
I think uh, I think it's all personal preference. You know, it's you
I think
needed
what you
to
have
go
to
through the
do,
process to find something
I
you
think
really
what you
like.
have to do, you genuinely have to wear and just get if you're on the fence post like or something, just get a shitter
Mm,
watch like this and wear it
yes,
just for the
yes.
size, just to see what it's like. And I wanted to see after dinner there, like tonight, I just
Show it
wanted
one
to
more
come
time.
back to the house, take the root beer off, and put this fucking shitter on,
Boom.
and because it's a more comfortable size.
It's
And
all
I
about
would
the
have worn
comfort.
it. That's all with the comfort.
See, after
And
the
also
flex
too,
wears off,
it
it's the
doesn't
comfort.
feel as if you want, I'm always, no matter what watch I wear now, I'm always very sort of worry of hitting it off stuff, or you like banging it off, no matter what it is, because but you sort of forget sometimes, that what you're wearing is worth like 20 grand or something. So you're
Yeah.
always, like this here. So, you know,
You get it against
even
the
if it's a shitter,
doorknob and
even
go,
if it's a shitter,
oh,
like you're sometimes going, oh fuck, even if it's one of these, like fucking U-boats and all, right?
yeah,
You sometimes go, oh shit, I don't want to hit it, right?
yeah.
And
You crack the
see, when you're on
crystal.
the 36, it feels easier. It feels
Yes.
easier. Yes. So that you don't,
Sometimes you don't even feel like you're wearing the watch. You go, oh fuck,
yeah,
did I? Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't
okay, I
feel
still
as if
got
you're
it.
going to wreck it every 2 minutes. it's just one of those. And I think I've got to the stage now where I don't give a fuck now, like what people think. I don't care anymore. Don't care anymore. But another thing too, when we were at a Geneva Watch Days, how many people were wearing smaller watches? Nearly everyone. Nearly everyone
It's the
was.
new trend. It's the new trend. Smaller watches are back, but
I
not like
see.
even small. Super small fucking
I see
watches like
some watches where
that.
literally I had to get the fucking iPhone out and put the zoom camera on
The
in order to get a
zoom.
photograph.
You had to zoom
Yeah,
in. You had to like
there were
zoom in.
some. Yeah, and no, but it
You
was
had to
just
go like
normal.
that.
Yeah, you had to go like that to zoom, zoom, to actually see the dial. It was unbelievable. Like some of those watches we seen where you're going, what the fuck are you wearing, mate? They were crazy small. So that's why now that I don't think that that's small anymore. I just think
36, it's a medium size.
yes,
It's the
it's not
perfect
large, it's not
proportion.
small. So
It's
I think
definitely not small. That's what people have to say. It's not a small size. The
so.
36 is the center. It's the center. You know how there's left wing, there's right wing in politics? The center in wristwatches is the 36. You can go left from the 36, you can go into smaller category, or you
Yeah,
could go into a bigger category.
big
But the
category. The big
36
category is
is
the
the
U-boat.
center.
That's the big
Yeah,
category.
that's the
The
far
U-boat.
right.
That's the far right of which is the
That's
U-boat.
why chunky white is so chunky. It's 56. Hellhound, by the way, shout out to Hellhound. Hello from England, watching with the boys. Long time
Yeah.
viewer. Hey, shout out to the boys. Cheers to the boys.
Cheers, man.
By the way, has there been any news on the Chalky White? Anybody got the delivery? I mean, it's been last week. I think 4P announced that they're coming. They're coming
I,
out.
I
They're
haven't heard.
dropping any moment now.
I know it's been. I know it's been. Well, I'm in certain watch groups, and I know there's been a bit of talk about certain sort of news events recently that have pulled Paul Thorpe into them. Um, in terms of the people are watching. There was a guy that Paul was. Well, Paul said he was fairly sort of like close to, and I think worked for at one stage. The chap that owned Harrods, who has like he's dead now, but there's been some sort of news revelations against him. So it's sort of pulled Paul into the whole sort of like the whole sort of like news spectrum again. But no, there's been no word on the Chuggy Whites. I haven't heard anything.
There's no news. Peeps, $2 super chat. Tim, do you think you and Red are cool? I don't care, honestly. I don't care about being cool or not being cool. I honestly, I don't give a fuck. What
Who
about you,
cares?
Red? Do you think you're cool?
I'm probably the most uncool person sort of known to man, but I don't care.
Well, you know, that's really
I
cool.
don't
Like,
care anymore. See,
not
this is the
be.
thing.
Who gives a
I don't
fuck?
care.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just gonna get a
Yeah,
36 now and just fucking wear it. And I don't give a fuck
yeah, yeah,
anymore.
yeah. It's all for comfort. What is the point of being cool if you're not comfortable? Like, it's all about, are you comfortable? Like, I think, like, right now I'm fat and I need to lose weight. If I lose some weight and if I can get nice, like, I would want to someday
But it's
dress like
even
Sean, but I'm just not
yeah.
that level. Like,
But it's
that's
even
not.
people. But it's even
I'm
people
not
when
in.
they're talking about us. You know.
I think Sean
You
is
know.
cool.
In Geneva. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
You
Humble
know.
Pine is cool. But
Sean.
like,
Right. Okay. Sean's
but
cool. Sean wears
yeah,
shirts. Clothes and all, and Sean can put that off. And indeed, I'm very happy for Sean. But I don't give a fuck anymore. And
right.
people put us down. Well, maybe put me down like for wearing. I got big. People started to fucking go at me for wearing the Timberland T-shirt when we were in Geneva, and for you to wear the like the dry fit fucking
I
shirt or
fucking
whatever,
love
the
my
one with the
dry
red
fit.
pocket. Yeah, they make. They go mental about this. Well, why can't you fucking wear a suit like everyone fucking else at the event? Who cares? Who
But
cares?
personally, look, I don't know, there's something wrong with me. I
I don't
sweat a lot, and I just, do you remember when I was wearing that shirt with the collar, red? It was soaked. It was completely drenched.
You were like a sponge that was fucking. You're just dripping.
And look, I felt like I just got out of the pool in that shirt. That's
Your
how
mucus in your hand.
drenched it was.
It was so funny.
Small DCNW says smaller watches are more sophisticated looking. Real men wear a 36 because they got nothing to prove. I mean, look, I'm not wearing you shouldn't be wearing watches for other people. You should just wear watches for you and what you like. E. Stewart Hall, $5 super chat. No, they don't think they're cool, peeps. That's why they are cool. Ooh, interesting. Hey, MSI Dig says Tim should make a watch. I won't be buying it. But that's what I'm like.
Oh, is this a new troll
Why would I
account or
make
something?
it? Why would I make a watch now if you're not gonna buy it? If I was gonna make a watch,
I I really don't see the point of the 4B watch now. I really don't see it because
I listen. I'm not. I will never make a watch because I recommend watches. For me to
yeah.
make a watch, it would have to. I mean, look, I might make a watch, but they would have to have certain criteria, certain parameters. They have to align with my philosophy, with my advice. I'm not like Forpy who says you should be buying watches as an investment, buy Rolexes and APs. Then when the watch market crashed, delete all the videos where I made those recommendations and then release my own chalky white edition for $650 and try to scam my viewers. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
it's
and
ridiculous. And it's
and
obvious.
also too, just a warning for people for anyone who is maybe thinking of buying this or who has bought it. If this watch gets caught at customs, of which it probably will, this watch will not cost you 600. It'll cost you £1,000.
Yeah.
By the time you add on the import duty and the tax to it, it's going to cost £1,000. So
There
that's
you
a
go.
lot for what is basically a quartz watch, like a quartz watch like that.
And you have to pre-order them now,
So
and they don't even exist yet. And there's apparently land, sea, and air that are coming soon.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming soon, but I've never seen it. But anyway.
Oh, it's $673 now. I don't get it. They increased the price.
I don't. I think it
Sure.
was £595 or something. But you see, if this gets called a customs, like they will add on. They will add on a customs charge plus 20% VAT.
Who is this video for? What is this advertisement? What is
I
this
don't know.
B-roll of a guy on a surfboard, shredding
I,
a wave? Is this supposed to be 4P? Is this the infamous 4P that it helped
bizarre.
design this watch? I mean,
Just bizarre. Like so, it is. It's just bizarre. If you ask me.
how can people defend this stuff? I don't get it. Like this is a joke, a cruel joke, to be honest. It's just like whatever.
There's nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong as such with Paul wanting to do a watch, right? But I, what I don't understand.
He's doing all this. I love the white one. Wish it was still available. Listen, I'm actually, we've been talking, we've been spruiking it so much. We've been talking about it in the WhatsApp group, about Chalky White. It's all the Chalky. I want one actually now. I would want to have it as like a collectible, have it on the shelf, just to remember the good times when
I do what doesn't
when
make
all
any
this
sense
stuff
to me,
came out.
right? I do what doesn't make any sense to me, right? Okay, I'll tell you this,
Yeah.
right? Right. Okay, is that and see when other sort of people or companies do like stuff like this, right? They tend to have already made an order and agreed a price for a certain quantity, right? Right.
Yeah.
And if there's and they tend to have them there and then they're ready to ship. So that if you order one, you've got it like within a couple of days, right? If
Yes. That's what Oshin did, right?
yeah,
Oshin
well,
has his pre-made. He has them sitting in the house.
yeah. If there is some sort of a launch like this, right, where the watches aren't already made, right, and if someone, if they make an order and all of a sudden, like this one here for the chalky white edition, gets 3 or 4 times more sort of like traction than other ones do, they
Mhm.
have the ability straight away to get more of those manufactured because at that point they haven't necessarily like been it's just it's what they call a just in time. They just get it manufactured then. Do you think it's a bit weird that this one has been sold out for such a long time and it probably hasn't, but the stage it was sold out, it was probably wasn't even like manufactured yet
Yes. Exactly. Why
because
can't they just make
yeah,
more? It's been months.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
They could have made more. I want one. Hey, how can we
Yeah,
start a petition for 4P to make more of these chalky white editions?
yeah, it
Can
doesn't
we
make any
email
sense
him? Hey,
because
I really get another batch, get a version 2.0. Chalky White
because
2. It was such high
how many
demanded
people,
watch.
how many people for 2 months have maybe been looking on this? They go, yeah, I would love a white one. I would love the chocolate white one, and they go, and
We
it's
had
sold out.
people, hey, look, E. Stewart Holt in the chat says he would buy one.
Yep, doesn't make any sense. It's strange. The whole thing doesn't make any sense.
Let's beg Fortnite to do a second run. Yeah, let's do it. Let's write an email. Let me text Fortnite. Let me ask him. Hey, is there any chance to get a second run on the chalky white edition of the 4P watch? Uh, oh, hey, no, he has me blocked, unfortunately.
Oh, he's what? Wow, fancy that.
You know why he blocked me? Oh, you're not gonna believe this.
I think it's
Oh
what
my
they call
God.
it.
You want to see why he blocked me after what? Get
Oh,
this. Get this. Get this.
no.
He posted on Instagram, and I said the worst watch I have ever seen. And he texted me, "Are you ever gonna grow up? People are just laughing at you too." And that's why he blocked me.
He blocked you.
Yeah,
So
because I texted him after that. He said, "This is my pride flag." And I didn't understand. I said, "Are you gay? Nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of you coming out. Cheers." And that didn't go through. So,
oh,
fortunately, because
yeah, look
he
at
was
that.
showing his pride flag, and it made sense. It made perfect sense. You know, the
Ah, it
skinny
makes sense.
jeans. It all clicked. It all came together. But unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to see that text
He's
message.
back.
Do you see there'll be only one reason to block him? Oh, look.
You say that, we love you.
Hey, but by the
Uh,
way, I think we got our answer for the nomadic watch.
oh,
We
yeah.
had 80% of the viewers vote that the nomadic is overpriced and Tickers was right.
Wow.
80%. It's overwhelming amount of people. Overwhelming.
You
That the
see,
nomadic is overpriced.
you see,
Overpriced.
that's
Sorry.
actually quite disappointing for me because I actually really want this brand to succeed. It's a local brand, and but I just when I seen the price there, like last night, I went, you know the way you just sort of see the price and go,
Yeah.
oh, like you're shocked. And
Ooh,
you
it's
go, oh,
dear.
you go, oh,
These
and
are
you sort of
real
go,
watches prices. Red. This is
oh,
like
and you sort of go,
real
oh.
watches price point.
I
Established brands charge 2,000 euros. I'm talking about
uh,
Swiss established for the
yeah,
past 60, 70, 80 years. These guys been on the around the block for what, 3 years? This is their
we
third watch. They already won 2,000 euros. Are you kidding me? It's a little bit
I
expensive.
I would have priced this watch. I think it's obviously worth more than their diver. So I would have priced it slightly above the diver watch, based on the fact that your GMT movement, you have it does look, but obviously you haven't seen it yet, but it does look like a slightly nicer bracelet.
Hmm.
I would have priced a bit above the 401 there. Um, but
Wow.
but but to go a full, so like 500-600 pounds more
Yes.
seems too much of a jump. Too much of a jump to me. And I think
Oh, the bracelets seem to be really nice. They got a micro
yeah,
adjustment. That's
it's
good.
you see
Now,
that watch
what's with
there.
the rooter? What's with the rooter? Are they all this good looking?
What do you see? That's to sort of reflect the sort of like maritime sort of thing because it's
Oh,
nomadic.
maritime heritage. Not
It's
heritage, but
because
just like relationship.
nomadic, you see, was the name, and 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 sort of previously they have sort of not really connected themselves with the actual nomadic boat, which is docked down in Belfast. Nomadic was the tender ship to the Titanic. And even though they're called nomadic, they have sort of stayed away. They've sort of stayed away from the connection between that boat. But so last night they had their party on that
On the boat? On the boat?
on the boat, and they had to
The
launch it on the
nomadic
boat.
boat?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. And they had a few people dressed up as pilots. They had a very if you go onto their maybe
Oh.
their sort of like their Facebook or their Instagram there, you'll see the girl, the very nice blonde haired girl dressed as a pilot. Very nice.
A
Yeah.
girl pilot?
Yeah.
Wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. Didn't know
Might
that's a Sydney Harbor. Hold on a second. Where is it? On
You
the
might have to
story?
go on the Facebook maybe for it, maybe you maybe have to go to Facebook. That's Peter there.
I have to go on Facebook. Oh no.
You might have to go to Facebook for it.
Nomadic. Let's see here. Oh, God. I have to sign in.
You have to sign in. Fuck. Is it just me, or have you been in Greece for what seems like an age now?
Oh my God, I can't wait to get back
It
home.
seems
It's been
longer.
it's 8 days. It's just never ending,
It's like
man.
a
I'm
Vegas
dying
trip.
over here.
It's like a Vegas trip. It seems forever, man. Holy fuck.
Oh, I
Must be
can't log in into Facebook. I don't know the password. Nomadic Watch Event 2024.
Find the party photo. Hold on. Just 1 second.
Can you find it and send me the link? I can't find it, guys.
Hold on.
Can't
Yep. I'm
find
back.
it. Okay. Uh, it's not on their thing. How is that possible? Maybe it's in here. Let's see. Oh, it's got. Oh, wow! Look at that. It's like a compass. The router is a compass. Hey, we got Kojak in the chat. Guys, we're gonna go for a few more minutes. 7 more minutes exactly. And then we're gonna wrap it up because I gotta wake up tomorrow. Unfortunately, I gotta wake up. Gotta wake up, guys. Look at that. It's pretty
Did you find
nice.
it? No.
No, I didn't find the sexy girl in the
Um,
pilot costume.
I'll have to
But
hold on.
I found some images. I found the
We
image
find
here of the router of the back.
Yeah, yeah. It's a nice. It is a nice watch. Like, there's no getting away from it. But I think what you have to ask yourself is it worth £500 more than a Christopher Ward watch with the same movement? Knowing how good a Christopher Ward watch is, like in terms of finishing and that too. I think it's a real. I think it's a real question, and probably one of the first actual real points that Tickers has ever actually made in his life. You know,
Where
is
did
it
he leave a
actually?
comment on Instagram?
No, he left a comment on the live YouTube screen.
Oh, there was a live stream
Yeah, there was a
on
YouTube.
nomadic watches.
Yeah,
What? Nomadic
yeah.
watch.
I didn't even know that it was
They
happening.
had
It
a
was
no- they
only
have
other
a
people like going, "Are you here? Are you here?" People wanted to know, "Are you here?" And I was
oh
going, "Am I
wow.
were?" And I went, "Oh right, no, there's a launch."
No,
I didn't know.
they didn't invite you. Stream starting soon. Look at this. They done a live stream. Look at this. What is
That's
going
the
on? How
post.
did they do
That's
this?
automatic.
Oh yeah, look at this. They got multiple camera angles. They got look at this angle. I don't know how that works. Then he's
Forget that
here.
guy's name, but if he was very, very good now. But unfortunately, they did struggle with, with the sound. They did struggle with the sound, like at the end.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
sound could
did.
be tricky.
You see, I should have been there. I should have been there.
Yeah, how
Oh,
come you
in the
weren't
right,
there? You
the right hand side, the
Oh,
girl.
look at the
Girl.
girl. Whoa, is that the
Oh,
captain of
almost.
the ship?
Oh,
That's the captain?
no,
I
she's meant to be
I
like a pilot. She's meant to be like a pilot.
Oh, it's like a pilot. No, I think she's the captain of the ship there. Oh
Oh,
my God. Move the
unbelievable.
case. Move the stupid case. Whoa, 209, $20 super chat. Good show. Thanks, Tim. Hey, thank you so much, 209. I appreciate that, man. It really helps out, guys. If you enjoy these shows, please support the show. I have to somehow pay off the credit cards. I spent an ungodly amount of money on these Viking islands with the roommate. It's just it killed me. I'm dead. I don't know what I'm gonna. I'm definitely
Now,
gonna have to sell a watch or two.
what I would say on this lineup of watches here, right,
Oh my
is
God.
that
Yes.
there is, oh no, there is a blue version that they
Uh,
had on sale briefly. I think they had it on sale briefly, but they pulled because apparently they weren't happy with the dial. So there is a blue version that is going to appear, but is not at the minute. To me, it strikes a little bit of marketing genius in that. Let's
really?
Yeah, and let's put these ones
What?
and then we'll
It's gonna be
later
a collectible. That's
and then we'll
brilliant.
have a blue version that maybe people who've bought one of the other ones will also buy as well. Um,
Ooh.
but I may be totally wrong on that. I may be yeah, this is the
This is
50-year
crazy.
old.
Why were you not at the event? What the fuck? Look at this.
Even
This was
even
brilliant.
someone like Thomas Burnett, $10 was asking me, "Why are you not here?" Because one of my friends is there. I'm going, I didn't even know it was happening, Thomas. Um,
I can't believe it. I
I would have done.
cannot.
I would have done
Uh,
like some video for you, Tim. I would have done. You know what? I would have done my best there. But
yeah, you would have joined live. Hey, by the way, shout out to Django, David Django in the chat. Legend. Has anyone
legend,
received their Helium Thorpe watches yet? Not yet, not yet. Wait, we're
not that we
actually
know
going
of.
to start a petition to do a second run of the Chalky White. It seems to have been fans'
That's the one that
favorite. It
everyone
was the
wants.
first one to sell out.
Mm-hmm. It's the one that everyone wants. Everyone wants a chalky white. It has now become. It is now a. It's nearly like a household name now. The chalky white
The
because
Chalky White
everyone.
guys, type one in the chat if you want to put your name down on the Chalky White. I'm going to start a petition. I'm going to write an email, and everyone who types one, I will write your name down, and I will email to Forpy and say, "Hey, this is how many people I have pre-ordered who want to order the Chalky White. If you ever decide to do a second batch, maybe if we can get, we got 70 people watching right now. If we got like, I don't know, 10, 15 people, type one in the chat. I'm gonna get all the names down, and we can get it locked in. Maybe he'll even unblock me. I'll email him because he can't block my email, but he can block me on WhatsApp. So guys, go in the
Mm.
chat, type one if you're interested to getting your name down on the second run of the Chalky White. Maybe it's going to be even improved. They might switch things around a little bit, improve it somehow for for the people who support the endeavor. Anyways, we got
Mm.
to wrap it up here. I got to go to sleep. I got a big day tomorrow.
Mm.
It's been a good show. Red, you need to talk to these nomadic guys to make sure that you're there for the second launch. And if they need help running the live stream, tell them I'll help them out.
Oh, it was it was so bad watching. The sound quality was just horrendous. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And it was.
Was it like echoes?
It was, it was the, the Dalek thing. We will exterminate you.
Oh no.
That's the sounds. It was terrible. But no, but it was the first time that I've ever actually seen tickers make a valid point, I think. And
Wow.
he posed a question in that YouTube chat. Why is this worth £500 more than the Christian World Watch? And it was a valid question, because I think
it's not on the NATO strap. That's why.
The NATO
it's on the bracelet. Christian, why is this watch worth $500 more than the Christian World on the NATO strap? Here we go.
Like, same movement and all the rest. So it's one of those things where I just think I think they might struggle there. Anyway, you'll never struggle as much as the day that you met Fred Savage. So there you go. There's just another reminder.
Man, you had to remind me about that. That was brutal. By the way, you know, Cars had dinner with Fred Savage like a week later. Crazy. Embarrassing.
I'm gonna bring the thing, but I want one of these things. I think I want this video. I think I want this old VHS line. I want this signed by Fred Savage. So
get it signed. Bring it with you to LA. Bring it with you, Red, to LA.
What do those stickers mean? What do those stickers actually mean?
It's code. It's some wizard code.
The wizard code.
Guys, will Red Shovel get Fred Savage to sign that DVD tape in LA Animal House? Let's get Fred Savage to the Animal House. How crazy would that be? With some Persian food. Maybe he likes Persian food. Yo, guys, upvote the stream. Support the show. Become members. $10 memberships. You get access to the WhatsApp group. It's pretty cool. It's a cool WhatsApp group. Guys, become members. And if you want to support anonymously without anybody else knowing, use the PayPal. And I'll just, because it's tough. I'm fucked. I don't know what to do. The roommate has just spent all my money for me. I didn't want to come.
He appears to have been in Greece now for fucking 2 years.
I'm not going anymore. Next time, I'm not staying for fucking 2 weeks. You know, if she wants me to come, she has to pay for everything. Okay, I'm not coming here. You know, I can't afford this. This whole travel shit. She's got a job. She's a nurse. She's a high-paid nurse. She can afford to pay for me. No, I have to pay for my stuff, and she pays for her stuff. But then also, I have to buy her stuff. But I don't have a job. How am I supposed to do this? Guys, love you all, and I'll see you on the next one.